So, after we started last session, we got our breakfast in the morning, where we talked about our plans for the day. We all headed to the small ships, whose names I can never remember, uh, and we repair them as best we can, make them all nice and pretty. Uh, After that, we head towards the dock wards. Catamarans, yes, thank you. Where Ada is standing there with the skin. After that, we get a tentative plan for the ship, uh, which looked very, very nice. Uh, Although we did have to go back and revise those plans a little bit. I don't remember what the change was. Uh, it turns out, though, that we need a token from the pirate cop woman, Torienvis, so that she knows who has what ship and who can cause what damage. We go there to see her. We were told that depending on her mood and how things are going at the moment, it can take anywhere between an hour and a couple of weeks to get that token. We find it turns out there's a lot of tieflings in this place. Like almost every single one of her people is a tiefling. And we meet up with her and have a nice, lovely little chat, where we learn a few more things about Brandon's crew. The Bella Winds went to to Prolvir, the icy hellscape, or what apparently is an icy hellscape, to pick up the magic ice ore called True Ice, which was very valuable, and I'm sad Char's not here to get some. After it disappeared, 3 different warships were sent to go help them, and none of them came back, and nobody knows what actually happened to them. Luckily, we did actually manage to get the sigil, paying 1,000 coins in advance to the shipwright, and we need to pay 5,000 on completion. Heading out, we head down to the Underlayer, where Ogvar sent away a drug dealer. Juniper was offered a mule job. Nina gave a junkie some coin for cocaine. And Brandon and Tappy got in trouble with a guy trying to mug us. After that, we met up with Avelis, who looks really freaking cool. Oh my god, he's Waka. He's Druid Waka from Final Fantasy X. I just thought about that. We had a nice little chat, and yeah, and that was how we ended the session.
Indeed, Abby. Feel free to have that inspiration. Last thing, you were led to a little hut that he had in this place, but he had abandoned it for years.
Yes,
Since he wasn't staying here. And it was there where you all started talking a bit more without worrying of anyone overhearing you and any issues in general being eavesdropped. As Avalis did conclude the last session by saying that he was willing to cooperate and talk to you about the incidents that happened a long time ago. But you did already speak last time a little bit about them. I'm gonna do a very slight recap about the things that were also said. That you know that there was a fight, a war going between the lizard folk and the orcs of the Rainhas Island. It is the one on the bottom right in the map of the Keen Atolls. And the orcs were misled to this war by a second-in-command warlock by the name of Nath. Avalis will take the conversation from there and say, Nath, That bastard. He really misguided all those orcs into war, and that had tremendous penalties on both the side of the lizard folk and the orcs themselves. Thankfully, Ulbeth, the commander of the orcs, was one that honored valor in combat and in life as well. So, he exiled Nath far away and ended the war in that process. Still, it had. The bloody crest was already carved, and Nath had achieved his goals. That said, when he went towards Prolvirire to finish this, it was such a problem for us. Already late. But at the very least, we wanted to do something about it to not make matters even worse. When we arrived at Prolvir, it was already a frozen hell for us. It was a place that men should not tread. And there we found him on his tower. He had a lot of people. Well, mostly not living ones, I'd say, that were helping him and aiding him to protect himself from giants to hordes of undeads, zombies and skeletons, and other monstrosities of his own bidding. Some fiends as well. A nice devil, I remember. As he looks into his stuff, saying, "That's where I got this stuff from." Thankfully, I was overly suspicious during those times, so I did check it out for any fiendish, issues that might stay with a weapon like curses, but it appears that it was just an ancient relic of tremendous power. Staff of Frost. And we finally managed to beat Nath on top of the Sky Tower. But the evil was already done. If you manage to ever go to Prolvir, which I strongly suggest you not to go there, you will see from the top of that tower a rift in the sky. A rift of darkness and void that starts to manifest and pollute the area all the way around it. That is the rim of the Shadowfell, extending towards your plane. It won't become any worse, but it is already much for our people to handle. Innocent people from time to time experience cases of the Shadowfell. Some people are not strong enough to not discard for life or eternity for it.
Availus, I'm sorry for your story, but one thing I wish to understand is how does this connect to my people from the Great Old Forest?
Well, let's see how this story connects with your ship, first of all, and then with the Great Old Forest.
Fair enough, thank you.
So, as I did mention earlier, Bellawinds was a ship that just happened to have a crew and offer its help to us. It had some very nice people on board of it. And they offered to carry us over to this side of Prolvir, even though they knew that it was not the most hospitable place of all. They were some rough guys, hardened by experience, I'd say. One of the most enduring crews I've seen in my life. And with them, we went towards Prolvir. But when this quest of us ended, I was already capable of traveling back on my own with my allies through druidic magic. As he looks at Juniper, and Juniper seems to be giving Ogvar a look, potentially giving the scenario of the travel that she did herself recently. So we did not embark on the same way. On their way back, a great mishap occurred. I learned about it only months later, where I could not do anything about it. But during those months, I was back on the Great Old Forest. I sought for help from other druids and even divine clerics, who I do not really trust most of the time, but I sought answers in other areas of magic in order to see how I could mend the damage that was already done. On my searches there, I saw a bizarre connection. In the Great Old Forest, there are all kinds of nature. From great trees to hills and to vast lakes that extend just beyond your eyesight. In one of those lakes, I found one of those very despisable creatures that, in tales, they call them hags. I suppose you've heard of such tales yourselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, amongst other hags of their kind, I happened to bump over a freshwater hag. They call them sea hags in general. Very. Tell you the truth, when I saw her, I just froze myself. My feet could not move. And on our talk, though, we had a chat. I knew that I should not trust her, but I also knew that she held a lot of powerful information. If clerics and druids could not give a solution to this issue that has world-breaking effects, what if this hag knew but just didn't cooperate in helping? Turns out not only she knew something, but she also had a role to play in this. She said that she was being called by several other of your kind. They wanted to unite together. Well, if you ask me, they never really wanted to unite, but that was the premise of their meeting. But every single hag there just wanted to take the power for themselves. But the premise was to unite and see how they could manipulate the events around with this mishap that has happened with the Shadowfall connection. I was very surprised that even though I just teleported there, she was already aware of the fact of what was going on, meaning that she had someone very close to those events. And turns out I was true. There is an old lady in the seas here. Not a generic hag. She is said to be of the oldest hags that have ever come to live in Eoriel. She has been stepping from the Feywild to this plane, to the plains of water, and to other places, like a piece of cake that can change at will. She's a grandmother of several children, many of whom she has already eaten, and many of whom she seeks to manipulate and control. Before leaving the Great Old Forest, that hag that I met said that she had something to do, something to take with her. I was suspicious, and I warned the people around that she might do something underhanded to you, but I had no time to stay, so I went on to meet some other druids down in the Festerburg. That's where my meeting ends with them, but turns out that that hag was responsible for what happened to your village, Brennan. I I visited it once more around 3 months later, as I was trying to unite druids of several circles from all around this area. And I just went back to Kalenloth, Stroomville, and the other villages of Great Old Forest, such as yours, only to find out that a massacre has been committed. Everyone was missing. Roll me inside, Ogvar.
Okay. Yep.
It's up to you. and then I just realized that what's been going on is not just a series of unfortunate events. No, it cannot be. It has to be connected. That's why I returned to the Kin Atolls some years later. That's why I'm standing here. Even though Nath was the mastermind behind this, seemingly, there was someone else that was pulling some strings for him, sending him from one fiend's patron to another, making sure that he eats the bait and concludes into doing some acts. All that in order to gather several sea hags in this place,
Would
claim their power.
Would Tappy know this sea hag if she's one of the oldest? Would she have any kind of indication as to who this would be?
It's very much possible. You know what? I won't ask for a roll. I'm gonna just give it to you. You would have heard of a legend of a hag that no one knows her name, but she is supposed to be living in a complex of magical islands, and she is rumored to have always been scheming along like an undying leech, staying in the back and making plans for her own not only immortality but ascension. You cannot know for sure that it is her, but right now you are in a complex of magical islands, and you're hearing of all these plans, and you know that she has been putting always a lot of trouble for the Summer Court. She always schemed against them, and especially the Queen of the Summer Court.
Yeah, Tappy is just confused because, like, there's the only way to keep a bunch of sea hags from slaughtering each other would be an inordinate amount of power, because like they hate each other, and the only reason any of them like make a coven is because of the power.
Definitely. And that's what also I'll say, that it was only the premise of meeting up together. No one wanted to actually do so. That said, Avels will continue and say that, and that indeed happened. Still, he looks at Tappy and says, I can understand the look in your eyes. You have some experience with such creatures, don't you?
Yes, I do. Are they actually meeting up? Is there actually a grand coven of the Sea Hags?
Actually, I'm not sure if it's worse, but I'd say that it's different in different sense. No, there is no coven. From what I've heard, from asking help from druids to communicate with some of the prisoners that are lying still down there on their underwater tunnels, all the other hags are gone. It's like the place is haunted with the evil spirits of the ones that have been sacrificed, tortured. Only she remains, but she has gathered. She has claimed the power of all the rest. I'm not sure how strong she is, but I know for sure that she is far beyond the reach of my or your capabilities. She has claimed the strength close to 80 hags.
What? Can Ogvar make some sort of check to understand if he's ever heard of this before? I mean, he's only like read about Juniper's Haggy Mom and covens on that
And,
basis.
And would there be like a title to this legend, like or like what
Hmm?
would Cappy know her as?
You know what? The combined two of you, one of you two roll me with advantage, and I'd say an Arcana check or a History. One of these two, but only one of you two roll it.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll do.
yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. So, you wouldn't have read a lot about it, but you would have heard of its name, as both of you will mutter at the same time. The Sea Fury. As you've heard of legendary tales of such gatherings of sea hags going wrong, and all of them combining the power, but not in the conventional means, but rather one of those rising in power in a last man standing, let's say, scenario amongst them. She rose, as Avails will continue narrating, saying that.
Hmm.
She rose in power so much, she now poses a threat, not in the mortal lines of levels, but even to kinds of creatures that are above our comprehension. Frankly speaking, I do not care about the games of the gods, but I really do care about this, as he points upwards. The darkness in the sky. If she was manipulating the events of that, and now she has all this power, I'm genuinely afraid that she might actually be able to have some control over this.
Yeah, I mean, certainly with the power of that many creatures, it's very worrisome.
It is. That sounds like terrifying. I have a question. I'm a little slow, but on this, just on this, I'm a little slow just on this. Juniper, this doesn't sound at all like your mom, right? This
Juniper
sounds
would.
like completely different. Like your mom over in Swampland, and your little and your beautiful sisters and stuff. She was no like sea person, right?
Juniper would nod as she lifts her shoulders and say, I guess. I mean, I've never seen her go anywhere close to the sea, and she was rarely leaving the place where we stayed, so I doubt it's here.
Okay, good, great. I just wanted to make sure because I got a little worried back there when Vela started talking about, a grandmother hag with lots of daughters and stuff. So not your mom. Don't worry. And I won't
Honest-
worry either.
Honestly, it sounded like me for a little bit there.
Maybe, yeah. Well, Brennan.
Hmm.
How you
Um,
feeling? You kind of just got.
I've just
So-
been thinking a lot, and I'm confused
Well,
because
this
because-
bitch of a hag. What did you call her, Ogvar?
this,
Fury.
Just now? The sea fury?
No, it's
Oh, well, if that bitch is the one that maybe caused your village to get cut down.
right, but there's one thing that bothers me. It was signs of Duru magic. And so were you there for it? And if so, do you know what happened to them? Where I can find them? Ones that are missing? If she has them, where can we go to get them?
As he will point you to an old map of the atolls once more. She will say that. I mean, I cannot stop you if you wanna go, but I don't advise you to. If she has the power to claim the energy of those that fall beneath her, Imagine if some people like you, who I do not know, but you do seem generally strong. I can say that from a glance. We need to be more cooperated for this. That said, Bella Wind's eclipse and the rumors of other ships going lost seemingly put her liaison amongst the journey between Prolvir Isle and the Passage of the Dead.
And a hag like her, it wouldn't, or well, at least. Do you think it would be on the waves, or do you think it would be on one of the islands?
I do know for sure that it's somewhere underwater.
Mm.
They do prefer sometimes coastal caves, but all those waters are nearly uncharted to an extent, so there could be even small islets that people have not seen, or the moment that they saw them, it could have been already too late for them to do something about it. But I do know something that might be of help. No,
What is it?
well, whatever. What could possibly go wrong? I see that you are a bit familiar with the map of the Kinatolls. On the uppermost right, there is a pretty big island, one of the biggest ones of the complex actually, by the name Garnlocks. I had a very fun incident at that place actually, but that is not really the time to elaborate about it, but I somehow ended up at the center of that lake in Garnlocks. Not alone, with some companions, which I believe my survival was very much reliant on them as well. On the center of it, there was an underwater cave. At that moment I was uncertain, but after investigating in the future, I came to understand that this place must have been an old place of experimentations of hers. Had portals to other planes, massive creatures, fiends, but also a lot of clues that unfortunately I was unable to take a hold of because I was too busy running away and escaping from it.
You said in Garnlocks?
Garnlocks, yes. Right here. On the center of that lake there is something like a whirlpool. It seems like such a thing, but it is something strange entirely. It seems like the physics of this world just stop behaving the way they are when you go through it. Obyriths. Have you heard of them?
Nope.
Sorry.
Arcana check.
Having seen the waterfall on top of the mountain, would this correlate at all or help?
I know it's actually pretty much different.
Okay.
Okay, so the basics Obyriths are the let's say the race of demons before actual demons. They are what was in the abyss before the Tanari, which are the demons that are now. I'll write it down. They are very much known for being kind of a combination of between fiends and aberrations because they have a lot to do with experimentation with the laws of nature and stuff like that. They behave really weirdly, but they're definitely chaotic, evil, abyssal kind of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Avails will
Oh.
continue saying that I have yet to find a connection between the Obyriths and her, but since she is the one that has lived in this place for so long, I can only assume that there is something at play here.
Also, there was the just a question that needed clarifying. You only heard about what happened to Brand's folk there, right? You weren't there yourself. He saw like some druid stuff going on, but no druid.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Hags have the ability to shapeshift into whatever they want to look like.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
I mean, trust me. I have my experience with this. I'm not saying there's no chance it's something else, but she definitely has something to do with this at the very least. It cannot be just a coincidence. Things cannot just be coincident all the time. It's too much.
Well, if we want to know for sure, then we'd have to ask Sea Fury, right? But Sea Fury is apparently incredibly scary and also deep below water.
Kind of an asshole, too.
But what we do know, okay, just to like re-speak what you just said, is she had a old research facility on that island, and also she really seems to like this Shadowfell portal. So Nina's going to just throw her chips onto the table and say we should pick one of those things and either go look around or figure out a way to fuck it up. Because if she likes the portal, then we need to screw that super hard, and well, we should probably go look at this research place anyway, right?
Well, I was thinking that as well. I definitely need to speak with my lady, my queen, see if she can send a few assistants to us. Because if this is as big an issue as he is saying, she nods to Avelis, and then it is something that she is most definitely going to want taken care of.
Totally. Well,
And, well, sorry, go ahead.
well, I was going to ask you, Ogvar, so, you're smart, right? So, and you know magic stuff. If this Sea Fury was the one plotting that portal opening, everything that Neth did, then she'd probably have, well, she'd have planned it out, right? Maybe she did all that at the facility place on that island. If she isn't there now and hasn't been able to go back because she's loves being under the sea or something, maybe, do you think, I mean, maybe she'd left some things written down, you know, how she did it, and from that,
Oh,
would you think there'd be a way to, can you undo magic, stuff like that you have to plan for?
I definitely, I mean, unless there's some sort of notes that she held that would allude to something like that, I don't have anything like that. I'm very limited in what I can do. But it stands to reason if she was researching something like that, then a closing of the portal would be a segment of the research. But this is also a research facility surrounded by like hybrids of eldritch entities and demons. I think that should be pointed out.
Oh yeah, totally. It just seems, if if Brandon wants to know for sure, we have to ask Sea Fury, right? And it would be really dumb to do that with us apparently being too weak, not strong enough to take on a hag that's eaten 80 other hags. If we could close the portal, maybe, or threaten it, if we had a means to, we could hang that over her head and maybe she'd think twice about screwing with us and maybe she'd return Brandon's people and then we could just leave her be. And or I don't know, kind of just reaching in the dark. That was my number one thing. Just figure out a way to close that and hold it over her head.
I mean, I don't feel like we're gonna be able to hold a lot over her head. Honestly, if we leave her be, she's just gonna keep getting stronger and stronger. Even if we somehow do convince her to just give the people back.
Well,
I don't see why she wouldn't just,
well, she
I don't know, take our
she
energy.
has a lot of undead, right? And they come from Shadowfell place, apparently. So, you know, without them, maybe she's weaker. She doesn't have her army, or she knows that she can't like refresh. You know, get more. That would be kind of scary to be confronted with. Oh no, my future prospects of having an army are kind of in the shitter, or something. I don't know. I just throwing out ideas. Because Brennan needs his answer. We need to know if he can get his family back from her. And kind of struggling to
To me-
think of a way to do that that doesn't involve, you know, speaking to her or threatening her.
For me,
I'm just gonna suggest something.
hmm
In any case, however you might approach this, do conceal your activity of pursuing her. I have successfully covered some of the investigations I've did, and that's the reason that it took me many years to reach all this intelligence and learn about it. But some friends of mine that have been in this journey along with me, they were not as thorough as me and did not cover their footsteps. When she caught up on us and understood that some people were trying to undermine her, she did not go directly at them, but she found their families, their old homes, their old friends, whatever else they held dear, and attacked that. I am now almost alone in this, but I need to be too careful because, as every person, I have something that I'm fighting for. If I lose that, I don't believe I would have a reason to go on anymore.
I just had a thought. I'm going to just very surreptitiously where is it? Ping off one of these.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you do that, well, better safe than sorry, I suppose. You don't feel any presence of celestial fiend or undead around. It
Ah,
just
that's-
stings.
Oh, that's right. That doesn't. I always forget that that doesn't work on Fae,
It does not indeed.
which is weird.
Okay, so question for you, Avelis. You've been on this Sea Fury's heels for quite a while. So what Nina wants to know is your professional Sea Fury hunting opinion. If Brennan's family are alive, or if his village exists somewhere else, if they were disappeared like so many of the other Shadowfell events that have happened. Where do you think they'd be? Do you think they'd be in the portal? Do you think they would be with Sea Fury herself? Or do you think this is something only Sea Fury would know?
It would probably depend on what she wants them for.
Have you found any other people that have disappeared? Because
Tell you, last time I was in Garnlocks, I don't remember a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty positive that I don't remember any kind of humanoids as well down there. And it did look abandoned, forsaken as a place, so I don't believe she is visiting that place anymore. Perhaps it has to do a lot with its heavy patrols around. A lot of the people from Athos have claimed this island as their own, and they're not exactly the friendly kind of type of people. So, well, it depends on how you view them. As he looks at Juniper, says, "You and I generally can get along with them. They have similar opinions on recycling."
But you and I'm sorry for the term I'm gonna use, Bray. But you don't believe the Fury would host pets, I suppose. I just I don't. You don't think like she would set aside those people in like a certain area near her, or like put them in the portal?
I don't know her intentions with them. They could be planned sacrifice for the future, hostages to use as for her bargaining needs, to trade with other hags or other people. They could be just a leisure time activity for her to torture them. They don't think the same way as we do. Yeah, people say nobody would kill a hostage because it would lose all its value, but hags are exactly the kind of creature that would kill a hostage just because they would want to. So I'm sorry, I don't have the answers to all of this, but that's just how it is.
But what we do know though is she made disappear a village of elves out in the old forest a long time ago, and specifically them. For one reason or another, she went that far south, that deep into Syria, and took them. So there was probably a reason behind it. It probably wasn't random. She probably planned it, right? Because
Yeah.
Brandon, you said that your dad, he was like an amazing archer. You guys were, you trained. You were what's the word? Like militant, right? You had like a militia. You could defend yourselves. You weren't defenseless. So there would have been a reason for it, and to me that says that they're not just fodder for eating, right? It means that there was a reason for taking them.
Yeah,
And-
she needs them for something.
And what Nina thinks is, Ogvar, I saw you, not so much since we left Ironhaven, but you used to write a lot in that book of yours, right? Magic stuff, or I guessed magic stuff, apparently not. But if she writes down nearly as much as Ogvar did, then, I mean, if that's where she did it, if that's where she planned all this, maybe she left something behind. Or maybe she just hasn't had the chance to go back and clean up. Maybe there's everything she's left behind there. Maybe
I mean, yeah, the wizard from Ironhaven, he left a shit ton of stuff behind, and the Annis hag from before on the mountain. You guys weren't there, but we
got
there,
a book in a different
there was
language,
there was
right?
a book, yeah, that I burned, and there was also a lot of documents in
People just leave stuff behind when they get strong. They just forget once they've done what they wanted. Like she opened her portal, and after she manipulated Nath into doing all her dirty work, it sounds like she just jumped underwater and took a. I don't know.
Yeah, I
She's
mean-
resting or chilling or something.
once you like build a table and you don't have use for the instructions anymore, what do you do for the instructions?
You just
Like,
put them back in the table at the bottom, and
well,
then you forget about them.
you know, or you like put it in a drawer or something, I guess.
Yeah. Like I did to my table drawer. I think Nina thinks that we should go there because if she wrote something down about your family or any of these people that have disappeared, right, it would give us a hint.
Hmm.
If she
Makes
said,
me-
"Oh, I took this village and put them in the portal," then bam, we know we can go to the portal. If she said, "I took this village of Alpha Archer people, and they're now my personal bodyguards," then we need to plan something else.
It definitely makes me more comfortable if we only need to rely on us. The more information we can get ourselves without hopefully notifying her, the better it is for in our odds, in our favors.
That also brings up a really good point. If we have to be quiet about this, we need to be like really quiet, right? We all know Juniper's mom was in her dreams, so we need to. I mean, I don't want to say not think about it or dream about it, but we need to literally not even mention the name of the island we're going to after this. After
I
we
don't
leave
think
here.
I don't think it quite matters in that way. They, to be fair, I think that was mainly because you know, she lived with her for so long. Like it's just knowing the magics that I've studied, it's rather just familiarity, and I feel like we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with making Millstone because that might have made a blip on the map for us. But other than that, I don't see why she would know much about us. But if she did, then she'd be able to peek in. Yeah. Which she's very, very powerful, guys, and I'm just. I know you, Valus, I know you said that, you know, we should keep it on the down low, but shouldn't we, like, I don't know, call someone? I mean, we got friends, we got gosh, what was his name? We have Jinx and um not
Quav? Are
Javon.
you thinking of
Yeah,
Quav?
Quav. We
How
have,
could you forget
you know,
Quav?
Quav. Oh well, I mean, after the tournament, he kind of just, you know, he was put in the hospital bed, and no one really like went to visit him at all.
Jinx said he was okay. He said he was a bit muddled, but he was okay.
But we know these people, and they've helped us in the past. I mean, Jinx even helped Juniper with her recycling. But they'd keep quiet, I think.
I
I don't
was
The,
I was also
the more
planning.
help we have,
Yes.
the more help we have, the better. I mean, if you're right, we have to keep the. You're definitely right when we have to keep this quiet. But if if this hag is as strong, as Avila says, then we definitely need the numbers.
No, you're right. I know. I mean, have been also trying to cultivate an army from our own needs, but you know, I have lost a lot of stuff over the years of adventuring. I don't want to play it overly edgy or dark. I know everyone has a backstory, but as you go along with your adventures, you lose more and more, and I just could not bring it into my conscience if I were not to speak it off with all those people, so that they know the risks they're taking, and it's their choice. I'm not bringing them into their doom. A lot of the lizard folk have already agreed to help me. They see me as a great hero in their times of need, so they have a respect for me. So they have agreed to help. A lot of orcs have united under the Hand of Full Death, their powerful Orcish commander, that we hold some friendly relationships with. So there's that on that end as well. Several druids from this area have also agreed to come to our aid, and they are carving their path with their vessels, slowly, in secrecy. But all that is being done at the same time and kept in a low tone so that we don't lose much before we even achieve anything.
Well, I mean, we can plan to like get people to help us, but I kind of feel like we should maybe. I think it would be kind of silly to jump the bow a little bit. Like, what if it turns out that I don't know. If we go and like ask Quav and stuff for help, we don't really have something specific for them to help with, right? What are we going to dive under the water and find the woman we don't know where she is and attack her?
I
or-
wasn't. That wasn't the plan.
No,
I
no,
was
that
just
wasn't
saying
just aimed
that.
at you. That was aimed at the Veils as well. He listed a lot of people. We only listed Quav, really, and Jinx, so I just said their name because it was the first to mind. But like,
No, I just mean that like, not like tell them right now, but like let them know that something's coming up or something, and then if push comes to shove, we can, when we learn more about this and more specifics, then we'll be able to tell them.
sure, that's a good.
Not
idea.
like saying that we just fucking dive into the ocean and like rummage around. Lord
We have
knows
no
that's
information on her yet.
Lithic knows that that's like how I almost fucking died.
Yeah, let them know that's fine. I think it's fine, but we will need to, get specifics.
So, we we want. So we're going. For the plan at the moment is to go to this research facility. Am I correct or
It's-
no?
Do
This
you
has
have a
been-
ship or not?
We don't.
We're building it.
I see. Well, I suppose that will take some time, won't it?
Weeks, apparently. But, I mean, have you been to that island before?
Sure. A little bit.
How did you? Because you said that you got off Prolvir pretty quick. Could you do that again? Could you take someone with you?
I have a question as well. Didn't you say earlier that you're alone in this, basically?
Can you repeat that, Tappy?
Didn't you say earlier that you're basically alone in this?
Well, you said that a lot of the people he started out with are dead, pretty much.
Or they have lost family members and have quitted this mission. Pretty much. But yeah, he did say that he's alone to an extent that, I mean, he doesn't have a party exactly, but he has several alleged factions that have pledged their help to that cause.
I'm gonna go ahead and do an insight check on that.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Well, you're going to be surprised by how you build my characters. I have very high charisma.
He's like, when he says, I'm alone, but I also have an army that I can call. That just...
I think he means alone as in he's the only active agent here.
Yep.
Like
That's what it
everyone
means.
else is just like reinforcement from really far away.
Yeah. It just
he
it
said
seems like a
he-
slightly poor choice of words.
He's alone in the context of like his friends and acquaintances are gone.
Yeah.
Essentially, it sounds like. But yeah,
You can see where I'm coming from, though, right?
Yeah, I get it. Well, I was trying to use a lot of strange words and mannerism to convey the 17 charisma, but so that perhaps I did lose track of some of the things I've said. But overall, yes.
Like Nina said, I mean, juniper can fall through trees or like get eaten by trees, and it'll take her to like new places, or not new places, but places we've seen before. Is that something you can do to, I don't know, get us there quicker, and that would leave even less of a trail for this lady to pick up on.
Well, we'll see.
Unless waiting.
I don't remember a lot of things there, but there are indeed some places that I could make you teleport, if that is the case. Are you really doing this though?
Before we say yes, I need an answer. If we travel through the trees, how many people can we travel at once?
As many as they are close, but frankly speaking, I don't believe it's a very good idea. I mean, if we get there through trees, it would mean that we have one full day to return, and you have to return through the original spot. And I do not really want to stay at that place. Many complications. Also, I guess if we went there my way, you could return with your friends. Can you do that as well? As he looks at Ogvar and Juniper.
I have no idea.
Ogvar proudly nods. He's talking about the falling through plants, right?
As Juniper feels a little bit, unsure if it is going to work out. That she's not very confident at such times. I will say, right, that would work far better with me because I don't want to have a lot of games with those people from Athos. I can understand their traditions, but still they are kind of creepy, if you ask me.
How big's this island? Like, if we are there for more than one day, what if if Brennan snuck us out in the wilderness and we just camped out somewhere quiet and discreet? Would that not be, that'd work, right? Or is it like really tiny and there's nowhere to hide? If
Well,
we had to wait more than one day, I mean.
most of the time in Garlux I was just running around, so I don't remember a lot. You would surely have to wait a day for my spell power to return to normal, as the way I arrived to this place is through that single spell. So I have to recover myself to do it. When I do it, we'll be closer to the northern coast of Garnlux. It's actually pretty close to the lake, but not exactly there, so we'll have some. But if you're really doing this,
Well, we need to know if Brennan's family's okay, and I mean, if there's a chance that there's a piece of paper that dumbass Sea Fury left behind, then with her plans on, or where she's dumping people, or what she's even using people for that she's taking, then I think that's a good shot. It's what Nina thinks anyway.
I see.
Brandon, before we go any further over this, can I talk to you for a second?
What is it?
Can we go over here?
Yeah.
Points away from the. And Ogvar will lower his voice and then realize he can do telepathically and just do that. If we end up doing this, if anything happens, we just can't let that fury keep going, because even if we make some sort of deal to. After she sees us, what stops him from making Millstone that next place? Or any of our friends? I just.
What are you suggesting we do?
I,
I,
I, I just we can't we've done a lot of things, and I feel like some of them have been half-assed, and we can't on this. If we go through with this, it has to be no half measures. We have to go all the way.
I need to get my people to safety. What we do after that, I don't care. If it's to take care of this fury, then so be it. But as long as we get my people out of there, safe and somewhere, then that's all I care about.
Okay. Okay. I just want us to be careful.
We can be as careful as you wish us to be. But I just need to get my people to home, or just somewhere safe. Now that my old home is not safe anymore.
Okay. I just that's all I wanted to say. I'm with you. I'm with you till the end. It's just by us
What's it?
saying things.
What do
It.
you?
Sorry.
By us saying things, I understand. But what are you suggesting we do? Take care of her? This
Yeah.
hag this hag is so strong apparently. How do you do you how are the seven of us supposed to do anything?
I mean, we wiped the floor with those three hags on top of the mountain, but 81 is kind of a different story.
Oh,
But
that's a
like that's all the
stretch.
same person. I just it does. I don't know how to like kill hags. I don't know anything about this sea fury. I don't know. It, we maybe we can find something like in her facility, but it's like it doesn't matter how. It just matters that it's done. If it's not done, then everyone that we know is in danger
Endangered.
because we said something. And that includes your people if we get out and she's still around. She can control these clouds apparently. What's going to stop her from I don't know.
Ogvar, I'm with you. I understand what you need, and I'm happy to be by your side if you this is what you think we should do. I'll stand by you. And I'll stand by you till the end if that's what it takes us for us to stop her. But I just understand that I just need a peace of mind before we do that.
I understand. I just want to make sure our priorities are in order.
It's understood. So we'll come up with a plan to stop her and get my people out there. Maybe
Okay.
this, like you said, maybe this research facility gives us information, more information than what we need.
Yeah. And he seems really reluctant with this next part. I there are, I mean, the orcs in Millstone, some of them are still fighters. Even the ladies of Luthik. I don't. I really hate to suggest it, but if it really comes down to it, maybe we could ask them for help.
Those are your soldiers, Akbar. I can't command you in your soldiers. That's for you to decide. You're the general.
Mm. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry for taking away from the conversation. It's all.
Mm. And then getting back, Brayden's gonna look at Avelis and say, if we manage to do what we are after, and you say you've been summoning all these forces and getting them ready, Where exactly are you? No. How exactly are you planning to do this? In sheer numbers, or do you have a plan?
Well, to an extent, it's not finalized. Since I don't have an exact location, it's far more difficult for it. But I've come to the general consensus with some that I've talked that her power is not only the strength she has, most importantly, the influence that she has on others. She has a lot of creatures at her disposal, from tribes of merfolk and Sahuagin down the seas to more powerful creatures that can even make adventurers that are experienced flinch. If I have enough forces to aid me, the number of them perhaps would not be an issue. If we have a lot of ships at our disposal, a fleet of combined pirate lords, but damn they are so arrogant. The reason I came to the Passage of the Dead was to seek aid in all of those pirate lords, but they all want to earn something for their own, and I generally don't have the time for that. If they don't have anything to earn, they just won't really join on this expedition, and without them, being masters of the seas here is not exactly that feasible. I gotta admit, I'm a good druid. I have confidence in my skills, but I'm not the best sailor in the world, and they are.
Well,
So if we help,
Sorry, go ahead.
if we help, if you help us gather the forces, we can hold. If we help you gather the forces, and we provided we help my people. If you have a plan, we can help you take care of this problem. If you help us get my people to home to safety.
I mean, your problem is my problem as well. I've always just seek to mend the world of this atrocity that was done here.
Availus, if she's so good at manipulating people, making them do what she wants, don't you think more people might not be better? Don't you think that's more like links in the chain that might be broken? Like if you have a whole fleet and one goes rogue, one ship goes rogue while you're trying to fight her or whatever, or a mess on her, don't you think that would cause chaos? Don't you think ships would start shooting at each other and like, isn't that what she wants? Doesn't she want more people under her control? Or more people to do what she wants with? If she can make undead things, then more people coming for her is better for her, right? It's more people that she can use.
Well, can't say you're wrong about that. But in general, we, the humanoids, are not that powerful on our own.
True, I guess, for some.
There are dragons in the world. There are gods, deities, celestials, and fiends. I don't believe one of us can do something like this on our own. And I know that some people might just betray each other, but we just have to believe that most will not and will stick to the ideals that we're living with.
I just feel like it's specifically these pirate lords. I mean, they might be tough, right? But what about the people crewing the ship? What if a lot of those are just people, right? That just they aren't what you said before, like experienced adventurers, so to speak, are they? Wouldn't they just be normal people just doing a job? You know, doing the thing with the ropes and the big sail thing or the cleaning thing.
The
Those.
pirate lords here are quite unique. I don't believe there is any chance their people would betray them. There is not a single chance for that to happen. They are not your ordinary captains. The Kinatol Islands are very hard to sail around. There are sea serpents, giant turtles of the seas that would doom every single pirate if they just were roaming around. But not them. They have earned the respect of their crews. Even though their ways may not be the most convenient ones, or the ones that I like, I do know for sure that the crewmates of them do feel them like family. They share that bond. If we convince the captain, the ship is ours. But, of course, if the captain is going to play it underhanded, then you can assume the whole crew to play it underhanded as well.
Okay. It
That is quite a lot
slightly.
of... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say it slightly alleviates my concern for the meddling of minds with a bunch of random people. It helps a little. If you trust them and Juniper trusts you, then I trust you too.
So Kanan is gonna speak mentally to Ogvar real quick. And at the mention of these pirate lords, he's gonna kind of perk up and says, "These pirate lords, we promised that we hadn't promised, but we with the we had talked about getting them to this meeting for reinforcements. If we can get them to actually band together for this, then we can probably mitigate the risk of using the orcs for Millstone."
Oh, and if they want something, then we...
Mentally speaking to
Telepathy.
Ogvar.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. Sorry.
Do we have? I think. I mean, we could talk to them, but like, the only thing we have that might convince them to help is those rings the lock has, right? Are these the same pirate lords? I'm confused.
I'm not sure, but you've seen how people are after it, but can use it as a bargaining chip.
I've,
Whatever they do
Well-
with it after, it's not up to us. But until we can use it as a bargaining chip, and once they help us, we can give it to them.
do we want to trade one monster for another? I don't know what they could do with them. They're not coming out here just to have free sunblock from a ring. There's something that to do with
So we
these
hide them-
rings.
So we hide them and then put the false location on a map and provide the information to them, and only after they help us. These are pirate lords who are selfish. They're going to be after their own advancement. They won't band together for too long, so if they won't be too trusting of each other, but they'll be trusting of information on what they're after.
I just don't want to make more enemies than we need to. We can talk to them and see about it, but I don't want to make a promise and then, or even if we let them know that we have these rings, that puts a target on our back, doesn't it? If we give them a map that doesn't show the right location, then they're just gonna try and find us. To try and find
Yeah.
out where it actually is. I don't know. Maybe there's something else we could find that they would want, but I just don't know.
What do you think they would want?
I don't know. I'm not a pirate expert. We would have to talk to them. Like I just don't know what to do.
If you want to go forward with stopping her, then the numbers is what we need, and these party captains, their ships would be valuable.
Okay. So
If you
we
don't
just
want
be
to use the,
building like another vampire fleet like what was before.
so we find something instead of the rings.
Okay.
The pirates are always after one thing, and if they can't find it, they'll move on and try to look for something else, another treasure. If we could provide something that they want just as equally as they want the rings, then we'd have nothing to fear.
It's up to you. I don't know anything about pirates or any of this.
We just need to find something that they want more than the rings. That's not as monster. That doesn't make them as much of a monster. I'm sure with Nina and her talking skills, she can s- she can have them say it without even realize they said it. What they want.
Sure. I mean, let's have the meeting and then after that we can decide what the hell to do or maybe even during it. I we just
So
don't
that
have much to go off right now.
I just want to mitigate the need for the orcs from Millstone. I want to keep
Yeah,
our home
I
safe.
know. I know. Yeah, I know. Just I just want to make sure we're not shooting ourselves in the foot, so to speak. Um,
Understood. No, I'm with you.
Ogbar nods.
And then again after a mental conversation with Ogvar, Brain is gonna look at Avelius and says, "Oh, do you know anything about what these Pyre Lords want before we decide to meet with them? What are they after?"
Each one something different. Their own rising in power, perhaps saving some old friend of themselves, or a lost love, a lot of money, items and relics of power. You cannot
S-
treat them as something generic. Each one has their needs of their own. Though I assume that they have something in common.
Yeah, they totally have something in common. Like, well, first, I think we should, maybe not plan too far ahead, but second, like, they all don't want to die, right? If they knew how much of a threat this Sea Fury actually was, maybe they would kind of, unite. Like, they all have ships, right? What if suddenly there was some Sea Fury esque horrible monster that attacked the island or something? Like a giant octopus suddenly harassing boats or ships. They have crews, right? The crews have families. They want their crews to live. They want their
Mhm.
ships to be intact. As it stands, what's her face has been trying to rally them to the island's defense, but they've had nothing to defend against. You just need to unite them behind a common cause. We don't have the gold, we don't have the treasure, we don't have fame or power to offer them, but we could offer them a chance at safety for the future.
What about Zithru Ice?
I don't really care about
Whatever,
that stuff.
we'll figure out. I was just asking Avelius in 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 the case that he knew.
Well,
But here's what we'll do, Avelius. We'll help you get the numbers, the forces, if you help us get my people to safety.
I mean, sir, I guess that's a little price for me to pay if I can make that happen. Uh, I like your confidence. Can't say I do not, but I suppose you are also aware of the risks involved. did see your eyes.
Nina still thinks we should go to this research place before we agree to, like kill any incredibly powerful hegs, Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
We might,
That's
we might,
that's
we
what I
might.
mean. He helped
Okay,
us
yeah,
get to
yeah.
the
Sorry,
research facility.
it just sounded like you made a deal without knowing, if we had to.
So I'm just a little eager to get my people home to safe, whatever whatever it needs us to do. I need to get them.
So
Alright.
I think we should figure out if we need these pirate lords. I think, that research place might give us a hint or two as to how strong she actually is, or if there's anything we can do to weaken her, right? Like close that portal. I'm guessing that would screw her up. I think that should be our priority. But that's just Nina's opinion, and Nina doesn't know much about magic, so Ogvar, feel free to shoot me down.
I'm just worried about trusting pirates, especially with the little
Sure.
stories Brandon has told me.
That's a good thought to have.
Well, I, I totally agree, but you don't have to trust them. You just have to use them and toss them away afterwards.
What if they toss us? I mean, what if everything's cleared up? I mean, this is way too far ahead, but what if everything's cleared up and then they just attack us after we're done because we're all weakened and
Well, they'd need a reason to. Most people don't just like you like just all agree to kill somebody. Like if there are that many pirate lords, I'm sure some of them will like us. Like I don't know, they need a reason to want to kill us, right? I
don't
can't
know.
imagine they're all just super sadists that love murdering.
I'm just going off of what Brandon has told me. So I mean,
Well, I mean, if they are Brennan, then feel free to shoot me down again, and but I'm guessing some of them will be pretty good people. You were like a pirate man, sort of, and you turned out okay.
Pirate hunter, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like, were they all bad? I mean, a lot of the people like, did you see that little
Many of
goblin with
them
the
were
pirate hat? That dude,
Many of them were
like,
following the orders. I can't. Many of them did what I was taught to do, follow orders. I can't exactly blame all of them. Not all of them. I'll agree with you there that not all of them
I,
were as
I
bad as
think,
they. I've had a hard history with them.
and honestly, Ogfor, I think we could deal with it anyway. If we were all, even if we were super weak and beat down, ain't no pirates going to knock us over.
Ogvar
But
thinks back to the basement where there was a creature that was murdering all of us single-handedly.
but
Keeps his mouth shut.
But even so, that's like, like you said, that's pretty far ahead. If we end up recruiting these pirate lords after finding out that we need to, that we actually could really use their help, then we can make a plan for that then. At the moment, we just need, we need a next step. And running around the city after pirate lords when we might not need to, I think that would be a waste.
Right, let me tell you what. You have the full day now. I mean, I require, as I told you, to rest a little bit before I get my powers back. And also, since I came to the Passage of the Dead, I might pay a visit to a couple of people or two. So, feel free to chat if you wish with some of those pirate lords. Try to, at the very least. Not all of them are easily reachable. And tomorrow, at noon, let's say, when the sun is at its highest, we can meet once more here so I can transport you toward Garnlocks. Hopefully, you get enough clues there that could aid us in the encounter that is to come. And when you are over it, hopefully we gather those armies together and try to give it a final shot. Oh my god, I've been planning for this for such a long time, and now it comes to such a sudden conclusion. I just feel a bit dizzy about it, but can't say I'm not excited.
Well, I'm totally not excited, but you know, that's because I keep focusing on the fact that you guys kept saying that she's probably in an underwater cave, and if that's the case, then I'm out. So
I mean, you're probably excited, just like not in the good way. Like there's a good excited and then there's bad excited, you know.
you mean anxious?
Well,
the
no,
word.
well it
No,
still fits under the
it's called
definition of
anxious.
excited.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird language thing. Common's
I've
really
never heard
dumb.
that before. I've never heard excited mean bad things, so I'll take your word for it, but I don't believe you.
Okay.
So, what we're going to the research place tomorrow, right? So, in the meantime, should we go and talk to these pirate lords, or
Mm-hmm. That's what I think. See if we can get these lords together.
well, if it's what you want to do, Brandon, then it's what we'll do.
Alright.
What's up, Agvar?
Never
Oh,
mind.
oh no. Oh, Nina just had an idea. Okay, so we don't want. You mentioned before it's like familiarity, right? How Juniper's mom got in her head. It sort of explains how I got in Juniper's head too, because she's my sister and all. Maybe we should. Well, one, we shouldn't mention Millstone, right? We know that. Millstone, no mention outside of this room. And I don't know, I kind of figured we don't, if she starts getting into people's heads, not our heads, other people's, or if she starts asking around, we wouldn't want that leading back to Millstone either, would we, Ogvar? We wouldn't want this weird hag woman to be asking people about Ogvar Kara or Juniper Kara or anybody like that, right? Because those names go back to Millstone. Maybe we should go by other names.
I mean, okay.
You think that's a good idea, or you think it's a lame idea?
Shrugs.
Okay, well, if you think it's a
Do you
lame
have any
idea,
good
then we won't do
names?
it.
I don't.
It wouldn't hurt to go by an alias, as you say.
I'm just not good at
many
making
pirates do.
names.
Yeah, I figured it was a smart idea because it means that you can't link it back to Millstone.
No, that's smart. I just don't know what to. What should be my name? I don't.
I don't know, just pick a name. And that's
Let's.
what we'll call you out loud.
Well, what if we get like halfway through and I don't like the name. I don't. I just want to. I want a name
Well,
that like will feel right. Right.
Well, then maybe that it'll be realistic. Some people have names that they don't like. Like like imagine if your name was Oglesby, you'd be like 20 years old, 30 years old, and you'll change your name.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
For the time being, we can call you the Mushroom Knight.
No, cause like if, I mean, I guess, cause he kind of looks like one, right? People will figure that's not his name. They'll figure it's like an alias, and they'll try and figure out his real name. We should just have normal names, I feel.
Why Oglesby?
What's that supposed to mean?
That is very specific.
I don't know, it's just a name that I heard once, and I thought it was wildly terrible. Hey, it'll be easy, right? Brandon, what do you want your name to be?
Um, well, not many elves have beards, and not many elves have wolves. I can call myself Wolfbeard. Pretty descriptive.
Okay, Wolfbeard. Okay, great, Wolfbeard. It's who Brandon is from now on. I'm
Tappy
writing
is
these down.
Tappy like hears Wolfbeard, and she just looks at Brandon for like a full 5-10 seconds before she just starts laughing her ass off. She to the point where she falls off her chair.
It's a pretty good one, Wolfbeard. Honestly, better than like Elfbeard. Ogvar.
Let's go with Magoob.
Magoob. It is a weird one.
That's a traditional orc name.
Oh, is it? Okay, sorry. Well, it's
Yeah,
weird to me because I'm not an orc and I'm not very traditional.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
so-
My name's not like John or something.
No. Okay. Peppy.
It takes about a full 30 seconds for her to calm down before she's. You can call me Celine. It was one of my names a long, long time ago.
Okay, Celine. Okay, and Nina will be. Nina will be. Oh, this is
Luna.
hard. What did you say?
Well, Luna or something. Or that's
Luna?
too
Okay.
close.
No, that's good. That's good. Luna. There we go. Nina
but
is
like
Luna.
Madison.
It sounds. I don't like that name. Luna. Okay, it's weird. The hell is weird in that name. The beginning. I don't like it, but it's fine. It's good. So I'm
She's
Luna.
a different name.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was getting too caught up on names in my head. Wolfbeard, Magoob, no, Celine, and Luna. Okay.
What about Luna?
What? Sorry.
What about Lupa?
Oh, Lupa. That's a good one. Lupa.
You can just call her
be
Wolf.
Scruffy.
Dog. Just
She
call
can
her
be
dog. That's what I
Scruffy.
usually do.
Wait, what do you call her dog? Yeah, but she doesn't like that.
She hates it.
But Brandon, you said wolf. Did you say?
We could just call her Wolf.
Oh, I think
Well,
that's
she
mean
is,
as
isn't
well.
she?
I know. I thought. I
She's
think
a
that
That's
was-
like
Girl,
calling
wolf.
me orc, I would think.
Yeah,
but
it's like it's kind of racist, Brandon.
Well, she's proud of it.
I mean, you can be proud of your race, but I think calling someone by the race is kind of like.
what about like something like
Scruffy is my vote.
silver or snow or something?
Scruffy Silver.
Scruffy
That's
Silver.
Scruffy Silver. Wolf of the High Seas. Bam, there we go.
My
Scruffy
insight
Silver.
check, Lupa. Does she like this name?
She's indifferent. She's proud of her name.
What? Really, Lupa? You're indifferent over Scruffy Silver, Wolf of the High Seas?
That's what it looks like.
Now I kind of want to change
Wow.
my name. That's like way cooler.
Well, I'll be calling her Scruffy Silver. You know, it's. I guess it's fine if we all call her different names. It should that'll be kind of realistic, and Juniper and Locke, those are amazing names that you two picked. Those are great names.
It's really great, and the titles
Mhm.
afterward. That's really
Mhm.
really good.
I like so I kind of guessed Juniper that yours would be all plenty, but it's still really neat. Okay. So we'll call ourselves that. No mention of Millstone. I guess Ada is kind of fine because people might recognize Ada around here, right? Well, no, it's been a long time since she's been here.
I mean,
Ada can pick her
me.
own
I
name.
mean, I mean, Luna. Are you gonna like? Do you have a title, or is it just Luna? Like
Oh,
I'm the Mushroom
I'm
Knight,
thinking.
and
How about
and
uh, uh
and and
I don't know.
and Scruffy Silver is Dog of the High Seas.
Okay, well, how about uh Luna silver hair because I have silver white hair. There we go. Easy. Lu- Luna silver hair. Wow, it is the lamest name.
Well, that's good because
Seriously, it's kind of
they'd
like
never think that that's your name.
no, it's like a fairy tale name. Teppy, what's your other name?
Celine?
Yeah,
Dion.
Dion. Okay, bam. Celine, how D, Dion? Dion. I'm just gonna.
Dijon.
No, my name is Celine.
Okay, yeah, I mean like after that name, after the
No,
second part. No.
I don't have a second part of my name now.
Okay, fine. Easy. Celine then. Ogvar. Sorry, Magoob.
The Mushroom Knight.
The. Is that one word or two?
I have two middle names, the and Mushroom.
And family name is Knight. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So that means that Juniper's name is also going to be Knight, right?
I mean, if she wishes it. I mean,
Because you two are still married, right? You're still wearing the ring, so.
oh, that's true, and we can't take those off.
Okay. And then Wolfbeard, your family name is what? Small elf?
Beard. Beard.
Wait, hold
First
on.
name Wolf,
last name
Hold
Beard.
on. Your fake name is Wolfbeard Beard.
No, my first name would be Wolf, and the other name would be Beard.
Okay, now that's just silly. That's just silly. Come on, it has to be a real.
Captain
it
Wolfbeard.
they have to be names that they don't think is like
Maybe
made up. That's
Wolfbeard
the
is
whole
his
point.
last name, and he tells no one his first name because he doesn't trust
Exactly.
anyone.
So I'm just Captain No Wolfbeard.
Okay, yeah, but if people go
No name
asking about
Wolfbeard.
you,
I almost said Captain No Name Wolfbeard.
you don't want people like asking about you or your name. You want people to just hear it and think it's a real name.
Captain
Uh,
Wolfbeard is fine.
Yeah,
Captain
Captain Wolf.
isn't a name. Captain is
How
like
about
a
how about
title.
Tiberius? Tiberius Wolfbeard.
Tiberius.
Captain
Okay.
Wolfbeard for short.
Okay, Tiberius Wolfbeard. Okay,
Fucking cat.
and
We all have to
Look-
remember these.
okay, so okay, we have Tiberius Wolfbeard, that's Brandon. Magoob the Mushroom Knight, that's Ogvar. Celine, that's Tappy. Luna Silver Hair, that's Nina. And Scruffy Silver Wolf of the High. Scruffy the Silver Wolf of the High Seas. Okay. There we go.
And then
Those
two
are-
TBDs.
Yep.
Yeah, TBD, you know. And TBD.
I love how Avelus is just sitting there, just like listening to us.
Yeah,
and
well, it's
watching
just looking at
aliases.
you. Well, I suppose at the end of it, she's gonna say something. All right, don't really expect me to call you by this, but I'll just try to avoid names, okay?
As soon as he starts talking, Tappy just goes, "Oh shit, you're still there." Like she had actually completely forgotten about him.
Do you
Yeah,
want me to
makes-
like help you clean up your place before we go? I mean, like this is just. You said that like the the Hawk Knights or the Red Knights did this to your place. Do you want some help cleaning it up?
I know, just leave it be. I mean, I'm not gonna stay here for any time. If we manage to finish that quest, I suppose I can clean it up.
You know, you could get like
Right.
one of the like orphan kids from the slums to clean this place for like a copper piece. You know.
Or more? I mean,
I know. Yeah, you totally give them
you know,
more,
just
but
be
like
charitable.
you could like you. I'm just saying you have no excuse. Like even if you only had a copper, you could get one to do it. What you said the dog was if I'm not charitable. In Ironhaven, I was paying those kids in silver and gold. They were getting more than their parents to go and get me stuff from the inn.
Oh, I thought that was just because you were like sloshed. But that's
What?
very
No.
nice of you.
I know, and like there's guard looking after your house, and there's kids looking after your house too. Not
oh,
like inside, but like watching it.
I'm glad that children are our first line of defense.
No, the guard are. Well, I guess the door are. The guard's the first, and just I just told the kids to just make sure. Not to make sure, but just if they see anything, eyes and ears is all they are. I mean, they're children as well, but
Yeah, I mean,
they're also eyes and
they're
ears.
they're a lot more than just eyes and ears. But I don't.
Just in case anyone went snooping around while we were gone. I just wanted to make sure.
Or we have our pirate names, so we have
Mhm.
that down. I guess
are we
the next step
pirates
is
or
to
no?
talk to them.
Are we?
Oh,
or
I
are
guess
we,
that is another thing.
maybe we are. We were shipwrecked. Okay, that's truth, right? We were shipwrecked. We were. Wait, no, because that ties us to the. No, that's fine. We were shipwrecked. We were shipwrecked.
No, people get shipwrecked all the time.
Yeah,
Let's keep
yeah,
it as
and
close to
we were
truth as
shipwrecked.
possible so we don't tell a lie.
Yeah, totally. We were shipwrecked and we came in on those weird little thingies. Bam, it all works. And we only need to now go back to that inn that you made reservations for us at Ogvar and tell Shushman to, like, change his books.
I mean, do we even have to
Actually,
do
no,
that?
let's
I
not-
mean, they're not gonna
okay,
like
no,
look
yeah.
into the books, are they?
No, maybe. I don't know. We just need... We'll use a different inn from now on, okay? With our new names.
Oh,
I don't think, when it comes to Millstone, I don't think any precaution is too much.
I guess
Don't,
that
wa-
makes sense.
don't
It's a
want our
shame.
names going
Like
back
that,
at
you know?
all, so they don't cross over. So, yeah, we shouldn't go back to that then. We shouldn't go back to any of the places we've already been to, except for like the shipyard when the ship's done, and to pay, and to maybe Brandon could go by himself to do that and talk about ships. Because you're kind of sneaky, right, Brandon? Like when we tried to hunt you down when we were at the other
Stonereach?
place that no, we never went to Stonereach, did we?
Yeah, we did. Stonereach Outpost.
I don't think we did. I think we went somewhere else.
That's where we saw Stargazer.
Okay, yep. I don't think we did any of those things.
I don't. I that's exactly what we did. I don't understand.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't go to Stonereach and we didn't see Stargazer.
I
What?
think this
I
is.
thought we did.
Nope. No, we didn't.
Yeah, and he like sent us to go close a portal.
It's just like gritted teeth.
Oh,
I don't-
I think I see what she's doing.
I
Did Avelius react at all to the mention of Stargazer and the Stonereach outpost, BG?
Let's see if you could catch it. Give me your insight.
Oh, okay.
Well, he did this comfortable. He's being a bit more insightful right now, trying to understand if there is any hidden motive behind this in regards to that specific mention of yours. He could not really hide it.
Okay, full disclosure, Nina will turn to Valus. We went to Stonebridge Outpost and we may have spoken to a Lord Stargazer once or twice.
Of course you did.
Okay.
He runs that place down there. What is he up to these days?
I don't know. He had us like fucking try and seal up some weird demon portal. I
It was a portal to the abyss.
Of course, having others do the dirty work for him and claiming the credit afterwards.
that's what we thought. And then we only Ogbar almost says something about the rings but doesn't.
Okay.
We were pretty sure he like sent people after us. Like after we left.
You
I
know-
don't know why, but makes sense. Did you have something valuable on you?
Maybe, maybe not. But you know, honestly, what I'm most surprised about is he told us not to mention his name to you, and honestly, you reacted way better than I thought you would after Ogvar let that name slip. So
Oh, he told you about me.
yes,
Huh. Didn't think he would have the courage to speak. I thought you would be ashamed, that bastard.
oh well, you know, we closed the portal just to get your name. I think we understated just how long we were looking for you, like pretty much since we left Arcastor, I think.
I guess I'm glad he didn't say my name that easily.
No, we had to pry your name from his still living hands when we left. But yeah, he did like send people after us to kill us. So
He left. That's quite his gift.
we
yeah.
suspect it was him. It might not have been him, but there were like 3 people who knew what ship we were aboard and who we were. So yeah, what's the deal with you and your dad? Might as well ask, seeing as though you didn't just run off after we mentioned his name.
There's just no deal. Some people are not meant to be parents.
Is this the whole him, you know, moving away with his new wife and stuff? Was that? I imagine that wouldn't have been easy.
It started like this. It went to something different. Listen, I don't really want to talk about this. I'm rather committed to a greater cause that we are on right now.
Totally,
It
fully
was so much
understand.
greater.
I just, if you wanted to talk about it, I'd totally be up for that and some drinks and stuff. But if you don't, it's fine too.
Perhaps when everything is over and I have time for those lesser issues of mine.
Sure. Remember, lesser issues are still issues. You have to look out for yourself before you can look out for anyone else.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, just go with it. She says stuff like that sometimes.
I'm just saying, you know, if you just confessed that it was an issue, so if you ever wanted to talk about it, I'm here.
Thanks. I believe I can fend for myself, but
Sure.
appreciate it.
You just, you know, if this hag is as powerful as she is, wouldn't want her screwing with you because she senses you have that as an issue and you haven't talked to anyone about it. So just looking out for myself by looking out for you. Any weakness can be exploited by somebody who knows what they're doing.
Well, I hope it will be too late for you to exploit any weakness.
Well,
If all our planning goes well.
fingers crossed. And honestly, thank you for meeting us and talking to all of this and planning this. And Well, if it is here tomorrow at noon that we're going to be, um, that you're going to, I guess, help take us to that island, then thank you for that, too. Honestly, you are a way bigger help than I kind of thought you would be. No offense.
Well, with the message you did send me, it was very hard to ignore it, especially the grammatical error parts. They
I
Well-
kept telling her that you.
Well, Ogvar tried his best, okay, and
That
he's
wasn't
smart.
even me.
He says he's smart and he acts smart, but you know,
I wanted to put a
sometimes he
few more
miss-
commas in there.
well, yeah, you're just not too good with words sometimes, Ogvar, and that's okay. But thank you, Avelus, and
I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
well, before
So-
you go, what do you think of Juniper over here? Like, she's been like practically shaking with how excited she is to meet you. What do you think about her mushroom stuff? He's cool, right?
She did my armor.
Jennifer will not a little bit sigh, as Avels will say. Yeah, all right, I guess. Perhaps we could trade some notes. I don't mean in books. I don't keep notes in books, obviously, but you understand. We can speak about it.
Yeah, she has like this weird spell she was saying that maybe you could help with. But
All right.
obviously another time.
She has never met somebody as mushroomy as herself. And you're not quite as mushroomy, but you're pretty mushroomy.
What about the dragon you are talking about?
Well, she hasn't met somebody quite as mushroomy as her that's still alive, I should say.
Fair enough.
As Avels will nod and Jennifer will smile, giving Ogvar a heartfelt hug and
Oh.
saying, I'll see you later tonight.
Oh. Oh, okay, oh, all right. Hmm.
Wait, are you staying here, Juniper, with Mushroom Man?
Yeah. Was that what we just said?
Oh no, I just said, like, look how cool Juniper is to him. I mean, if you want
Yeah,
to stay,
just-
you can. And, like, I'm not your boss. But,
Avels will say, I guess it would be nice to confirm that she has the power to return you back here, so perhaps we could check it out, and after that, she can find you later in the town, right?
Akbar will speak to Locke telepathically. Locke, could you keep an eye on them? Please.
Have an inspiration, that was my idea as well. But Alok will say, yes, I don't trust him that much yet, just to make sure.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. Just not too long.
okay, this has been great. Alkvar, can you write this down? Can you, like, take your book out and write this down, what our plan is? In, like,
Ugh.
code or something?
Not in code. It would just be in words. I mean, I could
you
write it in
in
orc.
words that only you can. Yeah. That'll do it. Cause, yeah. So, what we're going to research facility tomorrow, and based on what we find there, we will see if we need the help of these captains at all. And it's our plan. Is that right? Pretty much everything hinges on what we find at the research place, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why I had to write this down. It's like really just like a one-step sort of deal.
Yeah, I just wanted you to, you know.
It also seems like a very bad idea to have it in writing, in case, she finds it and. or
You know,
someone
that's true.
Mm.
Ogvar, take the page out and, like, eat it. Like, just get rid of it or something.
You
Akbar
wanted
just
him to
wipes
eat
the-
paper, didn't you?
Agvar just wipes the still wet ink off of the paper.
Now, no, like clean your hands.
He cleans his hands.
What does he clean his hands on?
Nothing. It just the ink flies
Oh,
off.
it's magic, magic. Okay, okay.
Little brain stuff aided by magic, but yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Luna. It was a good time to go, right? We should go. Right.
Sure, sure.
You'll see Avelis react a little bit to the name Luna. This is so random that you got there, but
Not wanting
Do
to
an
be in an
insight
awkward
check?
situation.
That's the name of his ex-girlfriend or something.
That's my guess. Or his mum, maybe?
you will. Well, it was mentioned, but I suppose you don't really remember. But it's Avelis' younger sister that is named Luna.
Ah.
Oh,
It
that's
was mentioned
lovely.
by Lord Stargazer.
What are the odds that that Nina's name is now Luna Silverhair, which is the exact name of his sister?
Oh, it's not like he
Sur-
will turn
surname
annoyed or
included.
something. It will just cut his attention, not something. It's not like he's dead or.
Did he react at all to Nina being like, "This name is lame"? This is a terrible name.
Such a
Ogbar
stupid name.
suggesting it.
Perhaps an eye roll is something you would cut.
Wow. that's
Well,
amazing.
wanting to avoid an awkward situation, Ogvar will give Juniper a really tight hug and then start walking out the door.
Well, I believe at this point it's a great point to have a mid-session break.
Mm.
A little bit. So, yep, I'm gonna be right back as well. Take some minutes, everyone, and I'll see you in a little bit.
No,
I'm picking a warm drink, a hot drink even.
Alright,
I
so
will be.
a hot drink.
real quick.
Yeah?
So research center, come back, get soldiers, take care of Hag, go back to Caesarea, correct?
Research
it-
center.
Yeah, it's
See
kinda-
what the hell's going on. What we need. If we need like the pirates, come back and talk to pirates. About it, I guess. But also, we're talking pirates now. I don't.
It kind
That's
of
what
all
I'm
hin-
confused about.
It hinges.
So
entirely
we're
on what's a
finding out what
research
pirates.
center.
We're finding out what pirates want right now, right? And then for a later meeting.
I'll
like,
tell
to
you what
get
they
them
want. They
all
want a
together?
bunch of booty.
Honestly, I say we offer them if we go to like the snow place, we offer them the true ice. Like it's
Well,
very powerful,
here's my-
very rare, very valuable. So we tell them
My
they
thing
can
is-
have free reign of it.
My thing is that we're promising, the group is like trying to start up a shipping company, right? Millstone. Part of the reason why we chose Millstone's location was because there's Greenweave. Pretty valuable stuff, apparently.
Hmm.
So what we can do is try to get the shipping company started by having Millstone and the Kinnatolls start trading. We just don't reveal the location of Millstone. We just promise them a shipment of Greenweave.
I don't think there's a way we can keep the location of Millstone secret. Ogvar was just worried about like inviting an evil corporation known as the Tizerian shipping company.
Yeah, wasn't
to Millstone.
Ogbar
Yes.
quite vocal about not wanting to deal with the pirates as well?
Yeah.
Wasn't that last session he said like he doesn't want pirates at Millstone or the shipping company, he wants their own.
Yeah, but the pirates wouldn't be showing up at Millstone. It would be the other way around, where sailors from Millstone would be coming to the Kinnatolls with the Greenweave. Hence, why we don't tell them where we're coming from. We just tell them that we have a ship.
I think that might work. I think also threat of Sea Hag screwing with their business and their ships would also
Yeah,
work
of course.
as well. Two things that unite people is fear and money.
Coincidentally,
I
that's
mean-
also the two things that tear people apart.
It is. It works both ways. But at the moment they're not united at all. So, best case scenario, worst case scenario is it continues. I think. Yeah. Because the wealth that we have to offer—that's the big thing—is the wealth that we have to offer. If it is Greenweave from Millstone, is all based on promise, and these people have no reason to trust us. And like as good as that's the thing, as good as Nina might be at talking to people, and as convoluted a web I might be able to spin, like I don't know what the like.
I mean that's
I don't think that's like accomplishable really.
that's
Like
part of the
convincing
reason.
everyone to rally.
That's
Yeah.
part of the reason I was saying like offer them the true ice because they know it's there. Because like people have gotten it before, and like we're going there anyways. That's where she's supposed to be. Like, or, well, that's part like
Wouldn't they just
On
be
the
able
way
to get
to
it anyway?
on the way to
What's stopping them just going getting it anyway? Is the question.
the tower with the portal.
Sure, but wouldn't that have to be closed?
Yeah, that's what like isn't that like part of like where we're going? Like
Well,
wouldn't need their help with that?
we have no idea if we can close it or not. That's the thing. That's so if we promise them that without knowing if it's possible, then
Like
yeah.
I'm personally guessing like that's probably where like we're most likely to find her, because like if she's well, that's one of the more likely
We don't-
places.
We don't have to promise anything right now. We just need to figure out what the hell they want. So we just
Yeah.
figure
Need
out,
options.
hey, what do you need to be like, sit down with each other, and then we go to this research facility and we look into whatever is going on the fuck in there, and if we find out we can close a portal and they want the true ice, then we
Then
can say that.
works. Yeah. Anyway, BRB.
Ah, my neck.
I just want to have a roadmap of like what's gonna go down, or like what we're at least planning to happen.
Well, inevitably, it's just gonna delve into chaos with this group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just have like the vaguest idea of what we're actually up to.
Do you know those like when you drive by houses and they have like the big dogs on like the leash that's connected to like a rope between trees, and they have like the little pulley on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of like us. We have like one line that's connecting us from point A to point B, but we also have like this 10-foot long leash that we just bark at the very edges of every 5 steps.
Mm-hmm.
We just have a bunch of different. We have like 6 different directions we're being pulled in right now.
I know. Yeah. Yep. I just want to get Bray's people, and that's it.
Yeah,
Extraction mission.
Tappy
That's
at
all
this
I want.
point is mostly interested in that portal and in like the Sea Hag and the Sea Fury.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like Bray said in character, he was just like he just wants to get his people out of there. Anything after that is up to the group.
I want to go home.
Honestly, if that's it, like honestly, I just want to get Bray's people out of back to Tesseria and then just go to Millstone for a little bit.
Go to Millstone for like a year until Juniper and Kazakh hold in their sleep.
I'm back. Anyone else here?
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay, okay. Oh, that's weird. I can't refresh the activity thing. Who's that? Start again. Weird. What? Strange. Strange. You guys are very quiet.
Tired. I'm tired.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just such a different time for me. It's so early morning for you, and it's like midday for me. Oh yeah. Jeremy, that Baldur's Gate 3. My prediction was right. It is releasing this year, right? It's releasing 2023 or something. Like in like 4 months or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I released a
Um,
level 5 patch.
Oh, nice. Is it going full 1 to 20? Do you know?
I don't know. I'd
Actually,
be
no, they probably
surprised. I'd
were.
be really surprised if it did, because like they're just now introducing like the level 5 patch, and like seeing
Yeah,
how people are testing waters with that, and it's only 4 months away.
yeah, I'm guessing they'll do. They're not going to do 1 to 20 because they'll do DLC. They'll do expansions, which will increase the level. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. It's kind of smart, I guess.
Have you guys played on Baldur's Gate?
Played what? Sorry.
Have you guys like played on Baldur's Gate 3 yet or no?
I haven't. No, I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
I'm not touching it till the full release.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil myself.
Yes.
But yeah, apparently Jeremy has. He said yes 3 times.
Yeah.
I made a low level Bray as like a test character.
Oh, that would be fun, making a like party, the party essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wonder if it'll have like Spore Druid and stuff.
Can't make Ogvar. There's no orcs.
Wait, what? There's no orcs?
Nope.
Wait, really? Oh my
Non-race
God, that's-
options.
Jeez, that's weird. No orcs. They're like a core race in 5e, aren't they?
There's not even half orcs. I don't think.
What? That's so weird. What? That is strange. That is really strange. Why wouldn't they do? Is it because they've got the Gith? Do you think? It'll be They'll have win like they'll have win. Oh yeah, we can't have 5 playable races. One of them's Gith, so we have to get rid of them. We'll get rid of the orcs. Is what they'll have done. That's strange.
Well, Gith wasn't even that until like later in the updates. It wasn't even like the first roster.
Strange choice.
What about Gith?
Are we talking about Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh, the game.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty good. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I've not played it yet, but let's just talk about the playable races in it with Jeremy then.
What are them? Human, tiefling, dwarf, elf,
And Githyanki or something. Yeah, and definitely Githyanki, but no orc, which is weird. Yeah, strange. Strange.
I'm
Okay.
here as well.
Hello. The activity stopped, BG, and I can't change it because only you can change
Okay.
it.
I made it into the sharing option.
Nice. Yeah, it just stopped and wouldn't restart. That's all. But bam, it's fixed now.
It's okay, it's okay. I did hear most of you. Brandon, are you also here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right then. So we should be good to continue as you once more return to the open roads and streets of the city of the dead, the passage of the dead. Though you have yet to see anyone being dead, but you know. So, where are you off to?
Good question. I guess as soon as we have left the as we leave, Nina would be like, "Goodbye, TBD. Goodbye, TBD." Give him a wave. As soon as we're outside, go. Okay. Tiberius, what's the plan here? If you want to talk to these captains, we're going to need a place to start. Where do they hang out?
I would imagine in taverns when they're not
Taverns?
busy.
Okay, well, that's easy. Should be easy. Like,
It's either that or their ship. I mean, captains basically live on their ships.
okay. Well, how direct do you think we should be about this then? If you're wanting to talk to them, like, do we want to make it known that we're trying to get them all together for a meeting? And if so, that might make it a little bit harder if we want to, scare them into a meeting later. If we want to unite them behind the banner of being fearful of you know who, or well, I mean,
How
we
about
could be direct. We could be direct
if
with the ice thing, but again, it's kind of going to rely on future happenings.
I mean,
how about
everything we do
mysterious
is
and
based on future.
alluring?
So,
What if we were to word it? What if we were to word it as basically a offer that they couldn't refuse?
What you mean? You like phrasing it in such a way that um, hello, we represent an interested party in the Atoll Islands. They have recently been impacted by events beyond the natural, and they believe they have found a likely cause. But we are in need of assistance in. We may be in need of assistance for dealing with this cause. What's in it for you would be, well, you two would not be affected going forward by these supernatural happenings, these Shadowfelly events, and also in it for you, should we accomplish what would then be a united goal, would be the reaping of true ice from the Prolvir Peninsula, Isle of Prolvir, should we cleanse it of its supernatural influence as well.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
The issue with that is there's nothing hard, right? But it does lead, if they do need encouragement, we can do that in the future, I guess. But if that sounds like an okay opening, then could be quite easy.
I mean, as long as they know about that we're looking into the possibility of extinguishing the source, then like they right? I mean,
we'll make it safer so that they can harvest, and we just float in case they're not already aware. We float about the fact that there are threats to people's ships and livelihoods and lives, at present. Not from us, of course,
And
but from.
do remember that this is we're making these people meet for the person that is like investigating the ship's disappearances.
Of course.
Like
of
that
course.
is a very grounded thing, and they are in a position to possibly pay these people if need be.
And what's her face? What was her name? We spoke to her just today, hours ago. Tay. It begins with T.
I wasn't there.
You were there, right? Oh no, you weren't. Oh wait, were you?
No,
Oh,
no, he was off with Juniper.
When we got signed, I thought you went there afterward. Like you weren't at the shipyard, right?
no, I was at the shipyard.
Oh, I thought you weren't at
Just
the
not
shipyard.
the second
but
one.
You were at the.
Just not
at
the second time you went.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought you weren't there the second time, but you were when we were signing,
No.
for the ship. With the mayor woman.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I don't know
well,
to tell you. I'm sorry that you remember
weird.
me being around.
Yeah, weird. I thought we all had to sign.
I didn't sign.
It was just Brandon that had to sign. Because it was
we
his
all
ship.
filled out those little application forms before we went inside, or whatever it was. Weird. Whatever. Anyway, does anyone remember a name? Do you think that is a no?
We just met her hours ago.
We could just ask. Or we could just allude to it
Don't
being an
ask,
official of the city.
Okay, true. 1 second. 1 second. Nina is going through her memory bank, her little garden of memories,
Oh, you mean
and she will
Torientis?
have the. That's the one. Yeah. Torrient. Wait, what was her name?
Torientis?
Torientis. Let's see. Is that what I have? Is it Torientis?
It is
Torientis.
Torientis indeed, no worries.
Okay, weirdly, that suddenly sounded like it wasn't the right name. So that's who we represent. The issue is she tried to unite them just to defend the Isle, but they said they weren't interested, which is really weird because it's kind of like
Then they
affecting
didn't
them
say
all.
that they weren't interested. They just said that they weren't going to meet for it, didn't they? Like they didn't want to meet another crew. That's what was said, right? And we were tasked with getting the crews to actually meet.
Yeah, that's right. They just didn't want to show up for the meeting because they didn't want to see the other lords in the same room.
Okay, well, it's such a petty reason.
Yeah.
Well, Brennan, you've got the experience with pirate lords. How hard do you think it'll be getting in the same room?
If they have an offer that they can't refuse, they'll be very mad about it, but they'll be able to look past it. Their eyes for gold and for treasures is much more alluring to them than any kind of begrudgment that they have for another captain.
Okay, great. We'll do the true ice then. We'll do the true ice and the lingering threat of the Sea Fury. That's what we'll do. So let's go and find wherever you can. You think of a place that they're likely to be? Like, what is there the fanciest taverns, Brandon? Wolfbeard, or somewhere else?
Somewhere public, somewhere safe, somewhere with a lot of people. Maybe the Dancing Goblin.
Well, we've been there already, so we'll show right now.
So
If you're
just
trying
to
to
present
do
some
the-
options, you can seek for them with many ways. Obviously, seeking after Torienvis would be an option, but you do know that sometimes he might be kind of busy, and she's rather strict with following some rules. so paying just a visit doesn't come across like the best idea to you. But she was very hospitable last time, so it's up to you. You could also ask people around, try to hear rumors about Pirate Lords. I mean, they're supposed to be rather famous in all those places of such a place. And of course, you can even bribe people into giving you information if you wish to do something like that.
Oh, we could go and... Officer Martin would know, right? He welcomed us. He was so nice. Maybe we just go back and visit Officer Martin. That's what Neil was suggesting. Neil was say, I think we should go and visit that Officer Martin. You know, the one that welcomed us. Did he watch the boats? He seemed quite knowledgeable, and he was very nice.
Sounds fine to me. Got we have no other needs for anything.
Anyone disagree?
I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, great. Let's go. To Officer Martin down at the riverfront.
Might take some time because he's patrolling all those docks, but sure, it's not a huge city.
We'll
If
find him.
you take some time, you're gonna find him eventually. So as you bump into him, well, he's going to recognize your face as being seen recently, but he doesn't, of course, remember any names or of that sort.
Officer Martin, such a pleasure to see you again. It's me, Luna. Luna, that's Magub, that's Tiberius. And it's Celine. Remember us from, you know, a couple of days ago? You looked after our boat? Well, you watched our boat.
Oh, I see. We didn't exchange names back then.
Well-
I did say, obviously, I'm Officer Martin. How can I help you with? Is there something up?
Well, Officer Martin, we have been quite productive so far. We gave your name at the Dancing Goblin, as we mentioned, so that they know that you did, you know, tell us to go there. And we did the same at the Silent Night as well. So I
Silent
hope-
Rest, you mean?
Silent Rest, it's the place. Sorry, I didn't do the reservations. That was Magub over there. We figure we spoke to Tori Envis, believe it or not. We're getting a ship made. We've got the permit, and she actually approached us with kind of an interesting offer, and we figure we could either go through all the hassle of going and meeting and talking to her, or we could talk to you, and we figure you'll be just as helpful. We would like to speak to some of the pirate lords in the city, just for business reasons, and maybe to get them together and have a little bit of a chat together, for the benefit of the whole of the Passage of the Dead. But we're kind of, we're new, and we don't know any of the pirate lords. And we figured, who else would know better than Officer Martin? Would you be able to help us out a little? Just with some names, some places? Anyone we should avoid, really? If any of them are particularly mean?
All of them you should avoid. I mean, most people passively avoid every one of them.
Oh, sure, but if Tori Envis thinks that together they can help the Passage of the Dead be a little bit safer, you know? It's worth avoiding the avoid.
Well, I'm not really allowed to tell you of any personal residence of those people. But I suppose some people are pretty public about some parts here, so I could tell you some stuff about them.
Sure, just
All right,
like where they hang out. The personal residences, of course, that would not be. Well, that's not your job, right? There'd be a local office in town where I could get that information. But if you could tell us, you know, anything helpful that would speed up this process, it would be great.
Yeah, yes, if it does help Tori Envis. There is Captain Acheron. His full name is, I believe, Tobias Gallering. He He's very much usually at a tavern near the docks. That specialty that has a lot of fruited stuff. He owns the place basically, so he stays all the day there, just for trying to oversee whatever is happening while he's carving plants around. You can always find him smoking, either a cigar or a pipe, or anything bigger than that. He's
Oh,
a goblin. He's rather short.
And does he wear a captain's hat?
As I said, he is Captain Acheron.
Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. That dude stands out like a sore thumb in the best way. I wanted to talk to him this morning actually, but we didn't end up talking to him. But that's the captain. Okay, I know exactly who you are talking about.
Yeah, and I suppose it's pretty common if you go around the bars. I'm not sure if you did notice him the other night, but usually in the dancing goblin there is this guy, this elf by the name Beldroth,
Mm-hmm.
the Immortal, as they call him.
Beldroth the Immortal. I don't remember seeing anyone fitting that name, honestly.
Well, he's just pretty tall for elven standards. He has platinum hair. Well, it's blonde, but always almost white. He always carries his sword, a very magnificent longsword, to his back. He's wearing some leather, elven leather jacket on the upper part of him. He always has some of his most loyal followers around him.
Mm-hmm. So, any idea how he got the name Beldroth the Immortal? Can he not die or something?
Well, I'm pretty sure that all elves cannot die, but I think that he has been through several circumstances in the sea that he was very close to the brink of death, but he always managed to survive somehow, so he earned that title.
Anything recently?
I don't remember. So many pirates and pirate lords around
Of
here.
course. Totally. Totally.
But suppose that's all I can say. I know the personal residence of some, so but it wouldn't be exactly illegal for me to give it to you, so I'd rather refrain from that.
Sure, totally. Illegal is not how, Corianders would totally not approve. Do you have other, names, perhaps? Just so that we're not asking around for, people whose names we should know?
Oh, names for sure. I mean, right now in the Passage of the Dead, Mirabella the Corrupted is around here. Dorovas the
she got-
Black-Eyed is always here the last few months. Captain Orkhand, you can find him as well, and Vlad the Macabre. Say,
Okay, could you, the black-eyed, what was his name?
Dorovas.
The Rovas, okay. Okay, that's great. We've actually sort of already met Mirabella, and by met I mean we've seen her. She's getting a new ship, which looks really nice. What was it called? The Plague. Okay.
Yeah, that's her ship. That was always her ship.
Oh, is it not a new ship? No.
No, it's not a new ship. I believe she's just having it for some service here.
Oh, okay.
All of those people's ships are rather famous. Mirabella runs the Plague. Dorovas is captain of the Chained Goddess. Beldroth, I believe, is the captain of the what was it? The Leviathan. Yes, that was it. Vlad commandeers the Death Stench, while Acheron, as his name implies, is the captain of the Undertreader.
Well, thank you very much. That is actually incredibly helpful. This will speed things up so much. it's just, you know, all these ships that are getting sunk and people disappearing. It's so petty that these guys haven't gotten together already just because they can't stand the look of each other's faces. Think of how much safer this place would be if they kind of worked together.
Pirates. So that's their nature.
Nina nods in Brennan. Well, hopefully they can prove the stereotype wrong, Tiberius. Officer Martin, thank you kindly. We will be looking into these like pretty much immediately after this. We won't mention your name, so you know, just in case that was a concern for you.
I didn't say anything that was illegal or anything, so I wouldn't matter. But yeah, don't say my name to them specifically.
No, yeah, totally. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. We'll mention to Tori Envis that you're helpful though once we get this all sorted. So thank you very much. Been a pleasure seeing you. Don't be a stranger. We're going to go now. Goodbye.
See you around. Be safe.
Same to you. Get a wave as we go. Okay, so I think we should go meet this. Well,
Drovas was part of my old crew.
oh, that was the
So-
weird one. Do you want to do him last, or do you want to do him first? We
Might,
need to
it
get
might
them
be more
all, right?
beneficial. Might be more beneficial to start it now. It's one familiar face, so
Mhm.
I thought it was
the
just
more
two.
that we have in our pocket, the more that we have in our pocket, the
Yeah, we wouldn't want to go through the effort of getting all of them to agree, and then Dorovas is an asshole. So I do think we should do him first.
Was it all of them, or was it like two of the groups that they wanted to get together?
She wanted all of them.
Okay.
She wanted all of the ones currently in the Passage of the Dead.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Drovas will be
um,
around. And
Okay, well, you know what he looked like right back then? Did he have any distinguishing features that we can ask about, just in case?
BG just barely remember any distinction features.
Let me just double check his image to see if I can find something you would remember. Alright, he had a pretty dark brown shaggy hair, beard, and he had some scars on both his eyes. So you would remember them from that.
Okay. He has some pretty. I remember him having some pretty shaggy hair. And
Hair
yeah,
changes, so throw that one
Hair
out. The
changes.
brown, maybe grey now.
but he did have a few scars under his eyes.
Okay, scars under eyes, that's good. That's good. How tall was he and what did he look like? You know? Was he an elf like you? Was he a person? You know? Was he a blob?
Let me check my memory.
I'm gonna send you the picture actually, so that
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
and have it in a more real way. I'm gonna send it to you on the Discord.
Okay, understood. Ah, perfect. Thank you. No, he was human.
Okay, so
He's a
we're
human
looking
with a few scars. It's one scar against his left eye and two going diagonally down his right.
Okay, great, because we can just ask people where he lives, right? But, you know, if we walk into an establishment, we want to be able to pick him out of a crowd. That's all. That's the only reason I'm asking. So, well, we just got to start asking where he hangs out. So, where do you think your friend would know, right? The one that lives
Mhm.
here? Do you want to go You know, maybe we can knock out two birds with one stone. And we can go to the Dancing Goblin, see if your friend's there, and um, well, I guess
I don't
maybe
know
we
if
move.
Campalos. I don't know if Campalos would know his exact location nowadays, but I'm sure if they kept in touch or any of the sorts, he would definitely be able to help us.
Well, we could also, you know, we can guess. I guess we could knock out Beldroth while we're at the Dancing Goblin. If we're going there to meet your friend to see if he knows where Dorovas lives, then let's just do them both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dancing Goblin, let's go.
And of course, you're gonna go to a rather familiar place. You've been the last couple of days. You're
During
And-
this conversation,
Mhm.
you probably would have noticed that, like, Tappy just changing outfits. Where normally she has like the very nice soft green toga, she's now wearing a toga made out of the serpent scales, like scales of that serpent that we killed.
Good. When did you do that, Tappy? When did you get those made?
I had Conviva go around yesterday and find some tailors. I got one from the shark that we caught on the way here, and this one.
Well, it looks very nice.
Thank you.
So as they get to the tavern, Brayden is gonna look around to see if he can see Camphalos or Camphalos' cat.
well. Roll me a perception check. All right. Though you will not be able to see them fall from the first attempt of you looking around, you're going to see the cat and seeing it run around. As it spots you, you're going to see its owner pick it up. As he comes closer to greet you once more. Hey, Ayen! What's up?
I'm happy to run into you. I was wondering if you can help me.
I mean, the chances of you bumping into me are pretty high. I'm literally staying on top of this place. So,
Um, the other night we spoke. You spoke of Durovas, and ever since we spoke, I've been getting a little busy. Is there anywhere you know? Is there anywhere you chance you would know where I can find him? To speak with him.
you mean Dorovas?
Mm-hmm.
Brennan, I'm unsure. I mean, he is around these places. I've sometimes I've heard that he's been doing some crewmate searching, trying to increase his crew in the slums. So perhaps you could find him there, but I don't know. I think like he has changed since those incidents. He's not exactly the same. I don't advise you to. Well, it's not like I would not. I would stop you from doing so, but at least look at him not like a former crewmate, but rather another person. He's behaving very weirdly.
Mm-hmm. Don't act familiar with him. I treat him like the pirate lord that he is.
Mm-hmm.
Fair
Well,
enough.
speaking of pirate lords, you know that there is another pirate lord here, right?
Yes, I'm actually looking for him as well.
Oh, you know, I was was trying to keep it a surprise to you because you were so obsessed with the seas always and the captains that I thought I would give you a surprise, but I guess you already know. We're talking about the same one, right? Beldroth.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, come follow us. I've been getting busy for the last couple days.
You didn't tell me that you already knew him. That's sad. Well, I suppose I can skip the introductions.
No, the introduction is definitely what we need.
Oh, you do?
Wait,
I haven't.
Brennan,
Yes.
Camphalis, who who is Beldroth the Immortal in this room?
Paulus will start searching around to see over the crowd.
Okay,
They-
okay, so, sorry, no, never mind. I thought you were implying that you were Beldroth the Immortal and you were about to, like, surprise Brennan or something. Jeez. Okay, I misread. I
Oh no,
misread,
no,
sorry.
no, no!
Wow.
I don't sail anymore. I don't do that.
Well, that was going to be a wild twist if it was going to be a... Never mind, ignore me. I'm going to get a drink.
Do you want me to bring him to you?
Or us to him, if you prefer.
Sure. Take your drinks along.
But introduce Brennan as Wolfbeard, I think, is what he's going by.
Oh, aye. So we need a. If I can ask for your help, we have some other names we need to use.
What?
It's for the business.
Brennan, these are rather powerful people we are talking to. I would much rather not lie to them about anything. I generally, if something goes wrong with them, we can clearly be screwed. And people around the city, you've been for a couple of days, and I doubt you have used fake names up till now, have you?
Fair? Yes.
If they learn that you did lie to them, even about a name, they will. They will would easily cut your tongue or throw you down with a lot of shade, or I don't know. These are not people that you want to mess with. What are you up to?
We've been given a task to get all the pirate lords into one room for a meeting. I need any help that I can get, and at the moment, they need to not understand that all the pirate lords will be there at the same time. We're trying to make them an offer that they simply can't refuse.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm going to introduce you to him if you wish, but I don't want myself involved in this, so I'll just leave the names and everything to you. All
Why
right?
don't you just show us where he is, and then we'll walk up to him, so you're
Yeah.
not in danger at all.
Yeah, I think that that works with me just fine. Come with me. As she
Nina
starts
returns
walking.
with some mugs of water for everyone, which he hands out. Lead the way, show the way.
So we're still doing the names, or no?
No, yeah, we're totally still doing the names, right?
As Timphalis goes close to a man that you can see clearly with some majestic platinum yellow to white hair, a very ornate leather jacket that's clearly having some Elvis decorations on it, a very beautiful sword on his back, and he's having his eyes pretty closed, like he's sniffing around a little bit. As Timphalis will say, this is Beldroth, and say, else he will not. Hey, Captain Beldroth, these people wanted to meet you. As he winks at Brandon and says, I'm out of here. Hey, oh no, Firms, where did you run to? As his cat starts running away, and Timphalis runs off with him. Hello. You did inquire for me.
Oh, absolutely we did. Well, you are, of course, Captain Beldroff the Immortal, and the description of tall, handsome, with beautiful platinum hair was dead on, I have to say. Apologies, I'm new to the Passage of the Dead, and, well, you're the first captain I've properly met, and you're every bit as people described. My name is Luna. That's not my real name, but it's a fake name that I'm going to have to give you just for the time being. I hope you understand. I'm being honest with you, but I'll explain later if you really want to know the story. We are here with a business proposition for you.
Ugh, fake names. I hate them.
I know, I do too. It's such a lame one as well. I picked Luna Silverhair. Can you, like, my hair is beautiful, but Silverhair is such a lame name.
I suppose so. Well,
Well-
Jemphalis did introduce you, so I'm going to just hear what you're talking about, but if you want me to hear any more, because I'm rather busy, you have 3 sentences to convince me, else I'm out of this conversation.
3 sentences, tough. Okay, I'll start. There is a entire cache of true ice on Pelvor. There is a horrible creature protecting it and harassing the ships and people at the Passage of the Dead and its surroundings. And we want to destroy her. But we need your help.
He will. I was so bored from the first 2 sentences that I was like, yeah, I know, and you really did it on the 3rd one.
That's how they do it. You reel them in first and then you hit them. You know of what we speak, do you? The person I'm talking about in that 3rd sentence I gave you?
Well, first of all, let's start by saying something. We don't go to Prolfair. Nobody cares about the true eyes. It is not worth the risks involved in going there. This is just out of the deal. Though it is mostly out because of the 3rd reason that you did mention there.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, who are we that you did mention? I got asked.
Myself, my captain, I point to Brainan, his crew, an interested, not so much a 3rd party, more of a 2nd party, and, well, apparently there is an entire group of lizard folk and orcs as well, like an army's worth of both, I imagine. Beyond those, there are people from Tesseria also interested, and honestly already halfway here. Those range from, well, I say range from, I think they're exclusively druids and spellcasters too.
Alright. And what exactly do you want from me? Well, if you want my ship, that's out of the question. I have the biggest ship with the greatest crew, both in quantity but also in quality. I wouldn't risk it going there. And, frankly speaking, if anyone helps you in here, it would be really amazing. They just go for it, and at the end of it, I stand the only one helping. So, do you have anything that could really convince me to hear you anymore?
Well,
Because I don't believe you can really kill here.
well, right now we don't want anything from you. We want to convey what our intentions are, which is to destroy her. We already have a plan in motion to figure out how, which will be concluded in the next few days. And, well, we just thought that you'd be our first stop in the conveyance of this information, because once we know how to destroy her, we would like help. We don't need your help, but we figured we'd offer it anyway.
As he's
Simply
going to
because-
open his mouth, as he, when you say you don't need his help, he will be a bit insulted. He says, "What?
Well, it's like I said, we don't need it, but we're offering because, well, far as we've heard, you're one of the more noble of the pirate lords on this isle.
Without my ship, you don't stand a single chance of winning against us." What do you
Is
mean you
that-
don't need it? Are you all suicidal or what?
Well, that was our assessment. If you think otherwise, then I don't know, perhaps you'd be inclined to help. It's your choice, we can't make you do anything. There are other pirate lords that we'll be seeking help from, that's for sure. But you were our first stop. We wanted to make you aware so that you could make your choice. But like I said, we're still investigating. In the next few days, we'll know for sure. And it might be that we decide that we do need your help, that we couldn't do it without you. But as of right now, we think we might stand a chance.
You know, many have researched about it. Most of them have gone lost. You are not much different, claiming you don't need the help of the greatest captain and pirate lord of this place. What do you believe you are? Have you ever sailed the ship even? Yeah.
Myself,
As he
no.
looks towards Brian, and you're the so-called captain of hers. What's your ship?
The name of my ship needs to remain undisclosed for the moment in terms of business. We can't offer any information if you don't promise anything in return. But what we can offer you at the moment is an opportunity. Like we said, we don't need your help, but we're
But we
offering you
want
the
it.
chance to. But we're offering you the chance to provide it and reap many rewards from it. We give you the option because it's an offer that's very generous, and we have the
please-
means to continue. We have the means to
And-
continue if you do not wish for it, but we are happy to include you in this.
And please, Captain Beldroff, I said we don't need, but we want your help.
Yeah. And I'm just correcting you, saying that you do need my help.
Well,
Admit it.
if that's your opinion,
At the moment,
then we'll take it on board because, well, you're obviously more experienced than we are in these waters. If you think we need your help, then we'll take you at your word. The question is, will you offer it? Because we want it.
Bella will start smiling a little bit and say, I don't believe this has anything to do, but before Tori Envis took over the Passage of the Dead, I was the pirate king of the court. Well, if all those idiots, the other pirate lords, choose to come and kneel after me, well, sure, I suppose I could help.
Do you think they would kneel before seeing what you can do?
They know what I can do, but I guess they are too arrogant to admit it.
But if you showed them, if you proved to them what you were capable of, you say you have the biggest, the best ship, the most well-equipped crew. If, when we chose to sail against the unmentionable monster that harasses these shores and these seas, and protects the island of Prolvir from pilfering, do you think they'd change their mind? Because I think they might.
Frankly speaking, they already know that I have the greatest ship. Especially when it comes to number of crewmates. That's something that is just unquestionable.
You're welcome. You are welcome to prove it and show everyone.
That does not
It's-
mean that the others will admit their weaknesses over me. This is just not how we work. The others are just going to say, yeah, you have the biggest amount of crewmates, but they're not as strong and fierce as ours and stuff like that. You know, they behave like children.
Of course. And that way, saying that, you know they wouldn't bend the knee willingly. But
As I said, I'm willing to help with that operation, but only if the others agree at me being appointed as the leader of this operation.
that's more feasible. I thought you literally meant, kneeling before you. That would be difficult, as you said, they are children.
Sure, phrase it however you want. I
Of
don't
course,
believe
of
it's a wild goose hunt. They won't accept that.
Honestly, with how you've presented yourself so far, you certainly appear the most kingly, the most princely, the most royal of the lords that we've heard about so far. So King of the Pirate Court doesn't sound too far out of the question to me.
Well,
Tori
that's
Envis would
still-
have to agree, of course, as you mentioned. So,
Tori Envis doesn't have a say in this. I mean, she is a lord of this place, but she's no pirate. She has a ship, okay, she's a captain, but she's nowhere near the rank of us. I don't care about her. She's just a dog of the military here, doing whatever she believes is better.
I'm no pirate lord, but I do think she helps the Isle. Just based on, we're strangers to this place, but I think without the semblance of, I wouldn't call it order, and I wouldn't really call it freedom like they claim.
When I ruled this place, it made wonders. The best ships all over the place. We pillaged all over the other ships. Now look at them. Every little ship around seems to be having its explosion in its evolution, its process. It's making a lot of money, and they have now gotten a lot more powerful. The Passage of the Dead used to be the majestic capital of this place, and now just one among these all islands. I won't talk about this though. Doesn't matter. Convince the rest to work under me in this operation, and you will have my aid. I spoke as he starts working away.
Huh? Well, Bren, how do you think that went? I think we appealed to his ego quite a bit, and I think we got him to indirectly. Well, he came up with the idea that we need him himself, which is good.
To be king of
Makes
the
him
pirate
feel
lords,
important.
to me, is a big ask, though. That
It
may be
is.
something. That may be something that the others will absolutely refuse.
Well, you heard what he said, right? Get the other lords to agree to work under him in this operation. So, that I think. That I think.
Is it about
would
their
be- will-
ask?
Well, no, I think that would be easy. He has the biggest ship, after all, the biggest crew. Means he's going to be in the most danger right at the front if he wants to lead.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be quite an influential point to make to express to the other lords. They don't have the biggest ships or the best equipped crews, and they're not going to be right at the front.
Fair.
Whether he sees it or not, Beldroth the Immortal has just shouldered quite a significant burden. And, well, if we do get them all to bend the knee, even temporarily. I hope it doesn't turn out terribly for him, because honestly, I do quite like him. He is that haughty, holier than thou thing, but tinted with this roguish charm, I guess. But yeah, wasn't a failure, so that's good. Should we go and look
Continue.
for this? Well, should we go and speak to your friend and?
Drovas?
No, yeah, that's the one.
Let's go
Oh,
find
well,
him.
Did your he said the slums, right? It is where he
Mhm.
recruits his people. Okay, okay. One down and 5 to go.
Yeah, this one should be easy because you guys are friends, right? You don't
Well-
have any like bad blood at all.
I'm pretty sure they have terrible blood based on how they sounded like they were bullying the poor dude.
No, no bad blood. Just we not
just saw-
very quaint.
You just said
We
it
just
was
like
creepy
easy.
and weird constantly.
We were always working different shifts. We just never really got chance to connect.
As they're heading towards the slum, is there a band in the bar?
Sure, you would hear some people that were preparing to play later on the night, so they're setting up their instruments, they're scratching a little bit their lyres and their lutes.
Tappy wants to get a rager going.
You want to get a what?
She wants to get like a very big party going.
Okay, roll me either a persuasion or a performance check, because it's either convincing them to be like that or performing enough yourself to make it explode.
Can I?
You can use proficiency in your musical instrument if you wish in that.
I was thinking of like maybe bardic inspiration, but I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can bardic inspire myself.
You cannot.
Y-
That said, if you manage the first check, if they continue playing themselves, you can inspire them to prolong it even more.
All right, I'll use my DM's inspiration for this that I just
Okay,
got earlier.
you can roll with advantage.
Fuck. Tappy, why?
Well,
Oh,
it's
of
at least
course
above
it is.
average.
There it is.
It's at the very least above average, as you will notice that some people will start enjoying your yarning. They're going to move your arms along. Some of the people, the more commoners, not the ones with musical proficiencies, they're gonna try to chant along, sing some shanty of some sort, and then more and more are going to appreciate it. And it will go on. Let's see, I'm gonna roll a performance check with one of the bards. And I'm gonna add your bardic inspiration. How much is that?
That would be a D6.
Right, since you did not hire all that much, it's not gonna be.
I'm actually going to put about, let's say 25 gold, to the bar and say, let's go with 50 actually, 50 gold for the bar and be like, let's keep the drinks rolling.
Okay, so you know what? They are going to, you mean pirate coins, first of all, but that said, you're going to see the bards are going to start playing and enjoy this. And it will erupt into a party, but you will see that it will start falling off pretty quickly. Though some of the conversation with Beldroth will be done under this, so you can be almost certain that nobody did hear a thing being said, thankfully. But the party will not last for a lot because you can see that it's pretty much early. They don't have that inspiration to play. They're not that much in the mood right now, and the people that are there are not very much drunk yet to support it.
Sad tappy noises.
It's all right. Good attempt, though. Can't say that. As you are going to progress once more into the slums, seeing some familiar faces and some new ones.
Rolled a 2 and a 4.
And Brennan, quick question. Are you going to just go looking around for him? Are you going to ask about him? What's the play here? That goes for everyone, not only Brandon, but yeah.
I think just looking around, seeing if he can find um the two of us anywhere. But um if if they look for a long time and they just can't find him, I think that he would offer a pirate coin to some like to anybody who's around for any kind of information. Since like, they are in the slums, so I feel like they would notice something of the sorts for a pirate coin.
Yeah, that's what Nina would have immediately went to, looking for anyone that looked like a beggar and asking
Yeah.
if they knew where Captain Durovas was, or if he hung around, or if it's, if they know anything about him.
So, seeing how this last conversation with, are we sure we want to have a conversation with this guy before we like have anything to offer?
No, I said this. I said we shouldn't, be going around until we know if we even need these pirate lords. If there's something in the research place that's like, oh, cut off the portal and she's powerless, then who even needs the lords? But this is what Brennan wants to do, so this is what we're doing.
Uh,
Oh.
all right. I mean, it would be different check for everyone. So, Brandon, roll me perception check. Nina, you could give me either a deception or a performance or a persuasion. I'm not sure.
She's not trying to lie to them. She just wants to, give them pirate coins for information.
All right, these are some good rolls, and perhaps with a little bit of bribing, just say 2 pirate coins, let's say, not much more than that. Doesn't need. You're going to look around, ask some bit of information, and you're going to hear that one of those people are working for the one you're seeking, and soon enough you're going to wait out there, and you're going to see that man walk slowly towards there. A human with a very great posture, muscle strength, some pretty ominous soldiers, and his face, some scars, and some black around his eyes, clearly fitting for the title of the Dorovas the Black-Eyed. You're going to see him right there.
Get him, Brennan.
Yeah, that's him.
You want to just walk up and say hello?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, what do we even
considering-
say?
considering how last meeting went, do you don't believe we have anything to offer?
Well, no.
Do you believe that-
We don't, because like it's like I said back in the house. We just have we literally have nothing, like nothing to give
understand.
but words, and
No, I understand that. I thought that we were meeting, searching them out to see what they wanted, in order for them to come to the meeting, see if they agree.
sure, we can, I guess. It's just we might not end up needing them at all, depending on what's the research place.
Oh, we just learned that like what that other guy wanted was just for everyone to be under his boot heel, and like I'm not sure how we can offer that. So maybe if we had something like solid that we could offer him, like actually knowing that we can give him the true ice. I don't know. I'm. If this guy asks for something else that like we cannot ever possibly give him, I don't know what to do. Like if we come back here.
The issue that I can see is if they ask, that important question of how you're planning to destroy the thing that's causing all these problems and protecting Prolvir, because then we're kind of just gonna start ruling on ourselves, because we
So-
don't know.
As you
That's
see
fine.
this, you're going to notice Dorovas. He's going close to a beggar, and he's going to give him 3 pirate coins. Not a small amount. As he nods towards him, the beggar will go, "Thank you, kind sir, once more for your help." As Dorovas will just go for a walk. His movements seem I won't say robotic, but the way he's walking is just like he has no purpose, just walking around, wandering.
Well, at least he's not like a beggar murderer, right? He just gave that dude some coins, which is kind of nice. Um, you know, we have a day, right? So we could spend this day doing anything. Like, I don't think that we'll make super much progress with these dudes, but you know, we might as well try. We're already here. We're at the slums.
no,
It'd be
no,
stupid
you're
not to waste.
no, you're correct. No, how about we get ready for this research facility? If that's what you believe, it is a better option to get ready for at the moment. I totally agree with you.
Well,
If we
but
don't have
we
much to offer these people, if we have no way of offering anything in the first hand, how you have a point.
well,
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
no offense, Luna, but like watching you like in that last talk, it was kind of like embarrassing, frankly. Like we need to know that we like have a guideline, and I think going to this research facility can really fix that up for us. Like once we know what we can offer and like what our general plan is, like we're gonna it it makes us look unprofessional, I
yeah,
think,
because
and
right now, like I'm trying. Like Nina's very good at lying, but I'm not supposed to be lying to these people, so I'm not. Instead, I'm just making empty like ums and ahs because
Hmm. No, that's fair enough. No, so
yeah.
let's get ready for this research facility. We have no idea what we're gonna run into, any kind of danger.
but we can talk to Dorovus now, and we can just tell him, hey, in a few days' time,
Be like,
we might
hey,
know how
Dorolis,
to
what's up?
kill the
How's it
beast
going?
that's haunting the seas. You know,
Hmm.
at least
No,
we can
I
do
I
that
just
here.
I just believed that we were setting up a meeting, setting up the meeting, or
Yeah, I
to
think we
let
need
them know
like
about the
collateral.
facts.
I think we need collateral before we can even set up the meeting. But
We're, we're,
uh
we're already here though, so
yeah, so just say hi to him, I guess, because like we're just kind of awkwardly staring at him.
Brandon, you should probably say hello first.
Fair
I'll
enough.
be right here beside you.
And then so she'll just break off from the others and introduce say walk up to the door of us and say excuse me, is that you, Dolores? S- So sorry to interrupt you,
Captain Dorovas, and who
Captain.
might you be?
Of course. So sorry, Captain Dolores. If I'm sorry to bother you, but I come from on a promise of business, but for now I just came to make sure that it was you and I was able to find you.
As he looks at you, and he genuinely doesn't understand who are you. He's looking around, trying to. Who are you?
I'm an old acquaintance of yours.
From where?
An old shipmate.
The moment you say it, his body almost freezes. No, you're not. All my old shipmates are dead. All except one, and that's not you.
I wasn't there when it happened, and I'm so sorry I wasn't. But I promise you, I'm an old shipmate of yours.
What do you want from me?
To notify you of a meeting.
A meeting. What meeting? And what does it have to do with me?
It's a meeting where we aim to offer you something
I can't give you too much information at the moment, but I hope to see you there. You're the captain. I hope to be for you to be a captain that I can rely on.
I don't want to meet with any of the other pirates. Why would I?
Because I aim to help the King Atolls, unlike uh, and be there for the ones that I can't be for now, instead of not being there for the ones that I should have been.
That is rather vague, isn't it? Speak clearly.
I aim to help the King Atolls from a problem that has been plaguing the King Atolls in the area and plaguing the area for business. And instead of
Come again?
and inst-
I did hear you. Dorovas is just stuttering a little bit. Just come again. What problem are you talking about?
a very serious one that has been plaguing the seas for a while now.
Want me to step in, Brennan?
Yes.
Captain Dorovas, there is a creature that is haunting the sea, that is making people disappear, that is bringing ships beneath the water, drowning people, ruining livelihoods, and destroying towns.
Dorovas
whole
starts shaking a
towns.
little bit as you say this, and immediately he's going to turn his back on you. So you will continue speaking, but he's saying that this is not domain for mortal people like us. This is not domain for this to do with me. Stay away from me. I mean it. Stay away. You don't know what you've gotten yourself up to.
Rovers, we know a little about what we've gotten ourselves into, but what we do know is that we can't stop it by ourselves.
No.
Spread out, scattered, we're weak, and we can't do anything. We can only suffer, but together, there is a chance that we might be able to stop it, and a chance at happiness, at living, is far, far better than living in a pool of frozen hatred and pain.
She takes some deep breaths and then calms down a little bit and says, do what you want by yourselves. I don't care.
You say you don't care. Why'd you give that man so many coins just now?
I just had some coins to spare. Is there any issue with that?
You gave them to him, so you care about something, about people maybe. Maybe it's pity, maybe it's empathy. You care about these people. Do you know what the creature does to people? Do you know what it's done to Brennan's people?
I've heard stuff. I don't want to talk about it. Please go away for your own good. I mean it, as his voice cracks. Please go away.
Captain, is there something wrong? I mean, clearly there is something wrong. Is there something we can help with? Are you feeling something now?
No. Gather the rest. Do what you gotta do. Your heart is on the right place. My heart is just not there anymore.
Do it for the
There.
Bellowens. Please.
Don't say that name. Don't.
I promise to repay the debt I owe to them, to the rest of the crew. Dorovas, I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Stop acting like you know me. I'm sorry, but I don't
I don't.
remember you.
I don't. I don't know you. But I know the captain, and I know the rest of the crew, and I would have been there just as much as I could have been for them as I would have for you. We were a family. No matter how little we knew of each other, Captain, I'm so sorry. Do not mean to disrespect you and to speak with you without the title you owe. What can we do to help you? What can we do to right the wrongs of the past?
I'm gonna warn you guys. Just take this piece as a little set of advice. There are eyes everywhere. If you want to avoid their gaze, please ignore me. As he starts walking away.
Wait, please.
We'll stop in the distance if you want something last.
We don't care about the eyes. We want them gone, okay? We want people to be able to live and not worry. That's it. But we need everyone's help. Not just the other 5. We need all 6. We need you too.
I guess you could say I'm not as useful as I once used to be. Oh man, I've gotten old. Being in that mission would only make it more plausible to fail. You don't want me there. Damn.
You
My
don't
head
know
is
that.
aching. I have
We
to
do
go.
want you. Please, no, just come back. Just here. Let me say one more thing, please.
As he stomps his leg into the ground, as he says, "Read the situation, damn it!" His fist shaking. Several people, beggars, thieves, looking at your location. I don't care about such stuff. He will say with a bit of pretentious voice now.
Can
Don't care
Nina
about this.
approach him as she says just one more word, please?
He's still with his back on you, trying to avoid seeing you. But he stays in place.
Can Ogvar cast Detect Magic?
Well,
You can sure cast that. But as you do so, you are not going to see any kind of aura around. Perhaps there is a magic effect, but definitely not a spell effect, because detect magic is only for spells.
well, as Nina says, please, just one more word, and she starts approaching him. She would like to cast Remove Curse as a kind of YOLO, and just say, please, if there's something wrong, I want to help. And she'll touch him on the shoulder, cast Remove Curse, and just try and see if there's something related to this hag in him, whether it's the manipulation that was mentioned earlier, whether it's perhaps something to do with one of the rings one of the other the 9 other rings that are floating about. Just see if there's anything that shouldn't be inside of him and pull it out.
As you do that, he will immediately. You're going to cast the spell successfully. That it will affect him if he had a curse or something. And then he will immediately grab your arm from where you touch him to do it, and will pressure it. Obviously, he will not break your bone or something, and throw you backwards. He obviously has more strength than you. He says, "Don't dare put your arms on me another time." I said what I said. Tread onwards by yourselves. You don't want me there. Now piss off.
Nina would just rub her wrist as she like stumbles, balances herself. Says, okay, so he doesn't have a shadow in him. He isn't cursed. He is something, but it isn't cursed. And honestly, Brennan, kind of confused. I got like 3 mixed messages from that dude.
Such as?
Well, he wanted to help, right? And then he didn't want to help. And then he just wasn't sure as whether he would be helpful or not. So, literally 3 different lines. And the way he kept changing how he's speaking and just weird. I kind of thought maybe it was a ring thing again, but no. I don't know.
I
You
don't
think
want
he
to
has the
use.
ring on him?
Beej, I don't want to use meta knowledge. Okay, so with all the talk about eyes and him looking away, do I know anything about hags and eyes?
Roll me an Arcana check, I'll say.
Okay. And nope. I'll use inspiration. 9.
I'll let you use my inspiration from last session. My recap
Alright.
inspo. Bam, there you go. Take it
12.
off. 12. God damn it. Jeez.
Well, I'll say you know the idea of hags being able to use some kind of divination over others, but you're unsure how it would work exactly.
Um.
I mean, you
don't know,
don't
I
have
guess
to
you
know the
bring that up.
specifics, but you can be kind of suspecting something like this. I'm okay with it.
Okay. He might be a conduit.
What? Sorry?
Well, he was looking away a lot, and you know he's
Uh-huh.
known for his eye or whatever shit. Maybe he is an eye.
Okay, you could you say this in a way that makes sense to Nina? Because I don't know what you mean.
Well,
But if
Juniper's mom
Oh,
was
you
able to see her a lot, so maybe he can. Maybe the hag can see through him somehow. I mean, he
Wait,
kept
what,
looking
like you do
away.
with like you do with Croak?
Yeah.
Oh,
What if it's true and
Oh.
it's actually safer to have him not be there?
I think that's
Because-
what he was
No.
saying.
Okay, no, that makes total sense. He wants to help but can't. But like he
So if he's not there, that's the only way he can help.
Mm,
sure, but so he's in control of himself. Like he made that choice just now to make it very clear that he shouldn't be there. So how is she doing that to him then? Is there a way we could stop that? Because he would be helpful there if he wasn't, playing for the other team.
well, hags, like, they usually use items to bestow magic, so maybe at this facility she would have left something behind. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, or if there's like, I don't know if that makes sense. If there's like a common thing we keep seeing. If we
Again,
keep
this is
seeing
just
little
theory.
rings or something. Yeah. No, it's told that makes sense. Wait, what about Alvar? What about your, when Juniper was having nightmares and stuff?
What
Would
about
that-
it? Oh,
Would that work?
let me look. He kind of fucked off, but let me look real quick. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at my spell book. Also, this could work too. That could be a way of, I don't know, helping is giving him information that might not be as truthful. I don't know. Until the fill ends, One willing creature you can touch is protected against certain. Keep talking and RPing while I do this.
You know, that's. Wait, hold on. You just said something really smart, Agvar.
That's new.
So, you said something like really smart. What if we told them something wrong? We could test that, right? How about. Okay, quick, walk and talk, walk and talk. How about, like, and we'll try and follow the direction he was
Oh
going
my
in.
God.
Try and follow the direction he's going in, and Nina will say, how about we can test this out? How about we just tell them where we're sleeping tonight? We'll
Well, how
tell
do we
them
do that?
something stupid. We're going to have a lot of drinks. We're going to get really drunk, and then we're going to pass out in our rooms at the shush place. Well, if she's watching, she'll try something. She'll try and do something right, but we'll be there. We'll be ready, and
It's-
if it's her, then we're screwed. If it's not her, then maybe we can get her a little scared. Or get some more information. Does that sound like a dumb idea or no? I kind of
No,
feel
that
like
sounds like a good plan because then we can just ambush them.
like we'll find out more, right? If she sends someone or something or does something, she'll do it under the assumption that we're all going to be blackout drunk and asleep in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Ogwar? Does it sound like a dumb idea?
Akbar shrugs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what if nothing happens?
Then nothing
I mean, that could
happens.
mean that it's not the case, or that they just don't have people here that can go through with that plan to hurt us.
True. True.
If nothing happens, then we continue to the research facility tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well,
we just. I mean,
you know, Juniper and, well, you know, the other two aren't here, so let's not.
maybe we should give this guy a rest and
Mm-hmm.
and just wait until we have more information.
Well, we could still ask him to do a sit down. You know, the main thing. He just wouldn't be doing the other thing. Actually, we'll come back to him at the end. Once we've got everyone else, we'll talk to them all, let them know not to tell this dude anything, and just he can sit in on the meeting, and they could do like a fake meeting, and they could do a real meeting when he's not there. Or we could explain the situation to Torenvalis. Torienvalis. Yeah, let's leave him. Let's leave him.
As you start walking down the streets of Passage of the Dead once more, thinking what your next step will be, you're going to see Locke and Juniper meeting you after some hours have passed from being with Ellis, as they're going to ask you in order to catch up. At the moment that they arrive, you also see Ada bumping into you. Say, hey, I was looking for all of you. I want to tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Does she look like she's gonna stab us?
As Ada'll say, Juniper and Locke told me that tomorrow you're going on a kind of trip.
Oh yeah.
So, I know that right here it's not something that they celebrate, but back in this area right now it's the winter holidays. Well, people like Saints' gifts. So, how do you think about later tonight meeting up, drinking something nice, exchanging some gifts perhaps? It's okay if you don't buy any for the rest. It's more than okay. You don't feel obliged, but I did miss that Tisarian holiday because even when I were in this area, I didn't have many friends. And you are kind of friends. I said it, yes.
Well, you don't have to sound so sad when you say it either, okay? You should sound happy that we're your friends. You should be grateful, okay? You should be grateful you have a friend like Nina. Okay? Well, I think it's a great idea, Ada. I think it's an amazing idea, and Nina hasn't thought about this ever. It's kind of like the winter festivals in Grooven, sort of ish, maybe. Um, I think it's good. I'd love to. I'd love to meet up and just give each other some like presents and stuff and drink some things. Just some dumb stuff. That sounds like it'd be fun.
All right, I'll go prepare a place. I'm going to catch up with you later on about the preparations, and I'll see you later on. Make sure to bring some booze.
Always. Well. Well, Ada's having fun, it looks like. You guys
Yeah.
don't sound too happy about this.
Well, I mean, I'm. If what I think is true, I mean, this hag already knows what we look like.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I guess, just by looking at those. But well, I mean, can she only see through those eyes of his, or can she hear as well?
Don't know. This is literally just going off of what he said and what he was doing. Like,
Well, he
dude's
was
called black-eyed or whatever.
he was looking away. Okay.
He
Well,
keeps complaining about how he shouldn't be seen or seen with or something, and he won't look at you.
and he should have like pointed up at his eyes or something, right? That would have
I
helped.
think I don't
figure
really
it
know
out.
how much more obvious, if this was the case, he could be.
Well, I had no idea. I thought he was just like being so self-depreciating. But
Well, at this point we've seen so much shit that I just fucking go through my notes anytime someone fucking says this bullshit. It's really annoying.
I feel. Well, we've got. Well, what we've got. How many hours left of daylight? And Nina like looks up at the sort of shady sky. Well, because of the verticality of this place, it's.
You have supposedly 5 to 6 more hours of daylight, certainly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use some of that for gifts for you guys, just FYI, because there's no way I'm letting Ada just give gifts out by herself. But the rest, I mean, we could go for one of these other captains, but I kind of feel like. Oh, I kind of feel like it might be a bad idea. Like, really embarrass
I would
myself with that first one.
I would say let's get ready for the research facility. Re-up on our armor and fix up anything
Yeah.
that was broken.
I understand that, we have Juniper and she's really good at healing, but she also gets really tired, and I don't want her.
I know.
And she can't be in every place at once, and you know how she gets when, like, one of us falls and she's not there to pick us up.
Never happened for me. What I did, it sucks. Like, I could see the sadness in her eyes. It's like it lingers for like a month. But what do you getting at? Sorry, you just said that out of nowhere.
I think you should invest in, like, some potions.
You think I should? Okay, I'll go and invest in some potions with my 3 silver pieces that Nina has to.
Do you need money? We have money.
Well, I give all my money to Millstone, so I don't have any money myself.
That
Except
sounds
for-
about
Mine-
right.
Mine went all of mine went to my ship.
Let's go to a potion shop. Well, how much would a potion cost in this city, VG? A health potion.
it's the normal prices, but instead of gold pieces, you have to pay pirate coins. So it's 25 gold pieces or 50. Let me double check. I believe it's 50.
And the conversion is what? 10%?
Always, yes. So it's 50 gold pieces, the normal
Well-
one, 100 the greater potion of healing.
But we have been able to buy stuff with gold and silver, right? That's like.
Yeah, you cannot buy with them. You need to convert always.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like yeah, Ogvar. It's not like a conscious thing of me being like greedy or anything. But like since I bought Loki's tattoo, that's like the only thing I've really spent money on, except for like food every now and again.
Let's go to the bank and get enough for 3 for you guys.
You sure?
Yeah?
Three.
Why
I
wouldn't
mean,
I be?
Well, three's a lot. That's like. Like takes her fingers out. That's like 5. It's like 150 gold, right?
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Like, isn't that like a wall in Millstone? Isn't that like a whole wall of a building?
Well, there's not going to be a millstone if we don't live.
Well, no, Millstone will still keep building. Debris will still be there, and he's still got like all that gold.
Not now
right?
that this sea hag knows that I exist.
Well,
What do you think is
no,
going to happen when she finds out that there's a whole new host right next to the coast of people to harvest for tests?
Well, she's only seen your face. She doesn't know your name. She doesn't know Millstone. And remember, it isn't Millstone on the river. It's not by the coast.
It's pretty close. Just
Is
need to
it?
sail up the river.
Well, yeah, sail up the river. Like, if it's not Ogvar, if that sea hag, if you die, okay, and Nina lives, and that sea hag tries to fucking swim up that river, I'll fish her out with my scythe and, like, scalp her for you, okay? And then I'll put her face on the statue in the middle of Millstone.
Alright, so that's going to be 165 gold to just,
Yeah, and I'll take her fingernails and I'll bury them so they grow into trees.
Okay, well, that's a really nice thought.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
and then I'll burn them down.
As you're going to the bank, Juniper and Locke will say, and maybe you can help us catch up with what you found out going around. In the meantime,
Thank you for the healing
Yes.
potions.
I guess.
and I believe before we proceed any further with any other options, I believe this is a good point to put a pause for today's session.
We're so indecisive as to what we're doing.
That's why you have
I'm sorry.
you need to wait for the others because they're going to change your opinions another 5 times or so. So
And I do think that I do think the research facility is kind of important because that'll influence
Yeah.
everything, right? If it says if there's a way to shut down the portal, that'll completely tunnel us towards that. If there's like a way to weaken this sea fury in a way, that'll tunnel us toward that. It's so,
All we
it's so
need
important.
is for one of these captains to be like, "Alright, what are you going to do?" And then
that plan
that's it.
falls
Yeah,
apart.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the whole
no,
thing
yeah.
falls
we
apart.
have to go and actually like
It was
look-
yeah, it's such a good point. I'm sorry, like I know I wasn't gonna mention anything to Dorovis and I completely did the opposite of that.
It's-
I literally, the first dude that we went to, I just appealed to his ego in a way that I hope would work, and it barely did. It was like, I need him to acknowledge that he's important without, in a non-egotistical way. I need him to acknowledge that we need him as part of our plan, but we do have alternatives, and it just
Mhm.
barely worked.
Alright,
the-
Nina, put 3 regular healing potions in your
yeah,
inventory.
I've got three common ones there, right there. You still got my pouch, right? Have you upped it? My pouch.
Yeah, I
weighs
still got your
26,
stupid fucking
and
pouch.
and
Yeah,
it
I
weighs
got it.
26. You've got that right, yeah.
Does it weigh 26?
26.
Hang on, let me look at stupid pouch. Hang on, where is it? Nina's sack is. It was at 34 actually.
Yeah, 26 is what it weighs. Sorry.
Hang on, I'm still doing the gold.
Most of that is rations. Actually, let me lower that because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. It's actually added up, all right. It's already added up. Never mind. Yeah, 26 is what it has been for a little while now.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you very much for still holding that. And thank you for the healing potions as well. And thank you, BG, for the session. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess that was an okay session.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing what the deal is for the Sea Fury. I hope it is just some normal hag that just has a massive reputation.
Of course,
Um,
totally normal. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's just an
Some-
ordinary hag that has like managed to spread rumors about itself.
Something kind of funny is that I actually have a player in a campaign that I run who had a character named Beltron. They were also an elf.
That had Baldroth, did you say?
Beldroth, yeah, their
Voltron.
Oh, Baldroth, yeah.
yeah, their character was
nice.
named Beldroth. I just thought that was
Nice.
kind of funny.
So we've ticked off Tobias, so no, Beldroth the Immortal and Doravos the Black-Eyed. Although Doravos the Black-Eyed we might go back to. We've just got.
I don't know why he would want us to.
Well, go back to him at the very end to give him false
Yeah.
information. I mean, you know.
Updated Croak.
Oh my God! Yeah, look, 3D Croak. Nice.
It's just for
Nice,
the
look at
landing
him.
screen, but yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
look at him.
awesome.
Yeah, he's not fat enough, BG.
Correct.
He needs to be. He needs to be fatter, rounder.
Oh my god.
Like
Perfect.
this.
Did you just stretch his thing?
Yes,
okay,
that's what I did.
perfect.
Look at his health bar. He's a boss.
He is. It's amazing. It's amazing. I've also. I love how we spent so much time coming up with these names, and I keep.
I mean, it
not
was
using them.
heavy in information. This session was very heavy in information. And because the others were missing out as well, it was okay that we got it in a bit of a slow pace so that we can catch up.
Mm. I have
What was mine
uh,
again? Magoop or something?
Magoob.
Magoob. Although
I have them
I
noted
was
in game, so if you forget them next time, I'm going to just give them to you. Don't worry about it.
Magoob. I see.
Yeah, and Luna Silver. Scruffy Silver Wolf of the High Scruffy the Silver
Of those
Wolf
high
of the
seas. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
jump off now. Thanks for being
Well,
here.
happy-
Wish you
have a-
all a happy new year.
Yeah,
We'll
have a-
we'll see you on
have
the
a-
next one.
Have a nice 2023, BG. Hope you have a nice
Mm-hmm.
year. Same to you all as well. Jeremy, I hope you have a nice 2023. The start of 2023. I hope you enjoy your day off.
Maybe.
Yeah, Will, I hope you have a nice time.
Yeah, you too.
Braynon, I wish you only pain and suffering, and a,
Okay.
and a cure to your Frenchness. Is
I'm
what I hope
actually-
to come up with in 2023.
Funny enough, I'm actually going to be in your time zone next week.
Oh, really? Why?
I'm going to France.
Yeah.
Ugh. Why would you want to do that?
This is my family.
Wow.
Psh,
Wow.
psh.
Well, I hope you have a nice time in French. I hope you like the croissants. I hope you like the
Have a
Eiffel
good time in
Tower.
French.
Everything.
Are you going to see the Eiffel Tower? Yeah. Place of
I'm
your birth.
actually. Well, no. I
Were you not born in the Eiffel Tower? No.
no, I was not.
No.
He's gonna go see the
Aw.
Feifel Tower.
No, I'm going to Brittany. Just like on the.
Ooh, who's
Britney
Brittany?
Spears?
No, Brittany is the region in France.
Goodbye,
Oh.
people of the stream.